Do they know it? Oh, shoot, I forgot to send you some videos of Kelly, Manno. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Kelly.
And Eric is over here.
We're on, right?
Yes.
Check, baby, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, baby, 1.
How fun would that be if Ben owned it?
Boom, 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 boom.
Sorry, thank you.
Good morning, Bendy. I'm going to ask Eric to beatbox this morning.
Oh, let's do Christmas songs or.
Good morning, Bendy and Karen. Hey, everybody. Welcome.
He was taking pictures of deer probably on his way out.
I saw that.
Isn't that cool?
Welcome to Cancel This. Pillow Talk Edition.
The voices.
Pillow Talk.
You and Eric
With
both
Joe.
have good voices.
Yo. What's up? Hi, Bendy, Annette, Karen. Karen with a K. Hey. We don't have any new Patriots today, do we?
No, it's the same.
Patriots list?
We get them weekly.
Okay.
Every Monday.
All right. Good morning, Kimberly. What am I trying to do here?
We got the
There we are.
bestest Patriots that listen, though. The best.
I'm sending you the Kelly stuff now. She said we could talk a little bit about dating, and she'll give us an update on the guy she went on the date with that I was talking about, who I know, but we can't use names, so I can't say his name. But anyway, there is an update.
You know, Bendy wants us to use our NPR voices. And Annette is cooking. I wonder if she's making sweaty balls.
No, stop it.
Balls.
I knew where you were going with that.
It's a Friday. The Friday before Christmas. So excited. It's a good day to have a good day, everybody.
How old is your granddaughter again?
She is 15 months. 16 months.
Okay, yeah. So you had just had her last year.
Correct.
Now she's hopping about.
Yeah, she is. She's all over the place. And she calls Santa ho-ho, and it's just so fun. So she even gets Santa, kind of.
I sent you 2 Kelly Manno deals, okay?
I love her so much.
Pics.
I'm not sure that
They'll show up.
Okay. Well, they're the HEIC. They're not JPEG or anything. I can try and convert them though.
One of our listeners said, they won't stop emailing me. She keeps getting emails from Joe Biden. I've never in my life breathed a word of liberalism. I'm a proud member of Stop the Steal. We are the people, you name it. And somehow these bozos are all over me, sending me
Oh my gosh.
the Biden-Harris voting email.
That's crazy.
info@contactjoebiden.com.
Yeah, that doesn't want to work unless it's like a JPEG. And
Oh, no, you've got to be kidding me.
yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hold on a second.
Oh no.
Wait a minute. The picture she sent us won't work?
Well, the baby picture thing is it's an HEIP. I don't know. It's a different file format, and it's not accepted by the web browser or
this
the program.
This is an issue. I got to figure out how to do this. Let me see. Maybe I can copy and put it to an email.
Well, I mean, you're sending them in an email, so they're just a different format. They need to be JPEG or PNG or something like that. It's not a normal file format. Apparently, it's a RAW format, which these programs
both of the
RAW.
pictures.
Yeah, both of them are HEIC.
Because one of the pictures is just like somebody who takes a picture like I would be taking it and sending it. It's a brand new one now.
It must be a format for. I don't have no idea. It's just a different format. I'll try a couple more things, but
I'm going to include you with Kelly really quick, just in case.
Greg is saying to screenshot it.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot them and send them to you.
That's a good idea.
Come on, man.
Good job, Greg.
Welcome to the show before the show, everybody. Hope everybody's rocking and rolling today. Let's see here. Rolling today. Oh, there it is again.
There it is.
Feedback. It's a feedback Friday.
It's a feedback. It's always my fault because I always do something with my phone, and then for whatever reason, then it comes back up with sound.
Well, it's good that we have sound.
That's right. So we know we have sound. There you go. There you go.
Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the show. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for any donations. Help us keep going with what we're doing. CancelTheShow.com. We have a donate button as well. If you guys have ideas for guests, to let us know. We're off next Monday. We'll wait till everybody gets back in there. Okay, I just sent one of them. Now I'm sending Kelly's baby picture.
I love that picture.
Kelly said they were JPEG, but I'm fixing it anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand. When you emailed them, they came as the HEIC. I don't know.
She looks like an evil baby.
I bet she was a badass evil baby.
She's a Granite City chick.
Probably didn't mess with her at daycare.
BAEB, badass evil baby.
That's right. I could see her. Kelly, now you please stop doing that. I would appreciate that you stop doing that. And then she'd probably, give the middle finger and you try to put her in timeout and she laughs.
Did you see the videos I did send? Did I send one or two?
2.
Okay. No, I got them, Kelly. Yeah, she said they're both they were both JPEG already. She even checked. I've told her that.
That's weird. They literally came in the email as HEIC. But I mean, it's not that I don't believe anybody. I'm just saying I don't know how or why that happens.
Your email is possessed on this Free for All Friday.
She does have it. She does look like an evil baby.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly looks like an evil baby.
An evil baby. Sitting on her little cot at preschool flipping people off. I had that once. Couldn't believe it.
Looking at this picture, that's the only thing that's missing is the middle finger.
Is the middle finger? Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Sure enough.
Love it. On Free for All Friday, all you guys, if you're on YouTube, if you are on Rumble, if you are on Facebook, share it. And maybe even also text it to one of your friends and say, Happy Friday, Merry Christmas. Watch this really cool show with these crazy people on it. You're going to have a great time. Because a lot of people off. There was no traffic coming in here at all. I think a lot of people are at home today.
Yep. Guarantee it.
Yep.
There was no traffic.
Zero.
I came in later.
So all the construction workers are off.
That's true too. Yeah, a lot of the kids are off. And
the last couple of days I've been able to get in here, no problem.
And like Mary's saying that she can't listen right now because she's going to be hanging with her grandson. You can listen later. Have fun with your grandson. Give him a big old kiss. Mary is the sweetest. Yeah, a lot of people are off Tuesday, but not off like Stephanie's saying. She's working today, but not Tuesday. I'd rather have it that way as well, too.
All right. We want to get going?
Yep.
Are we ready?
Yep. It's 8:00. Actually, 8:01. We are ready to go.
All right, Joe, let's start the show. Hey guys, welcome to CancelTheShow.com. It is time to get things going on a Friday. December 22nd. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks, Projo in the house. Monday through Friday, 2 hours. You know what we do, 8 to 10 a.m. Central all the time on our website, canceltheshow.com. We've got Scott Faughn from the Missouri Times, my Missouri political mentor.
Yes, he's awesome.
Whether people love it or don't like to hear what he has to say because he doesn't tell you everything you want to hear.
That's true. He's just telling you what's going to happen.
We got him coming up in just a couple minutes. We got Eric Johnson coming in today. We got Kelly Manno on her birthday.
Love it.
Coming in for the 9 o'clock hour, which is really cool. We'll get an update on her dating status regarding the dating game as well. I think she's still up for it. It may be back on.
Good. Okay.
Ooh,
There may be a heartbeat to doing the dating game. So we'll find out about that. It's a free-for-all Friday. Anything goes. You guys have fun with us. It's our last show before the Christmas break. And we won't have a show Monday or Tuesday. We'll be back next Wednesday. And boy, we will be back next Thursday as well. Not only do we have a high school senior giving us an update regarding everything that's happening in the high schools. It's great to get a perspective from a high school senior regarding everything that's a possibility in public high school, from BLM to CRT to political issues to abortion issues, you name it. We'll talk about it. That's going to be in the 9 o'clock hour. In the 8 o'clock hour, as promised, we're going to have 2 Democrats in studio.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, 2 hardcore Democrats. You may remember Dr. Mark Kaysen. He joined us on the show before. His takes were 100% opposite of ours. I don't understand how he comes to the conclusions that he does, being a intelligent man, a very studied man, but being a Jewish liberal man and teacher at a fine school like Cardinal Ritter. So he'll join us. It's quite interesting because his co-host, who is an African-American man, who says that he had to go blind to be able to see. He's legally blind now. His co-host is a black man, and they do a show, and they're going to come in and join us next Thursday. So we're going to talk whatever the issues of the day are.
I can't wait. And Mark Kaysen is constantly calling us to get on here. And so this is going to be hilarious. His co-host.
Bring it.
Yep. His co-host is going to be, hysterical too.
Well, I asked him when I was setting this up yesterday, I said, I've got to ask you a serious question here, Mark. Dr. Kaysen, do liberals even celebrate Christmas anymore?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that answer. He's
like, well, Vic, your liberal friend is a Jewish man who celebrates Hanukkah, but yes, I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's next Thursday. Looking forward to that. Robert says, Drew will be on. No, it's not Drew. Drew would never come into studio.
Drew is invited. So if any of you know Drew, he's on the other platforms. He's just not on Facebook. He's welcome here. He just won't come.
Yeah, he's not coming in.
No.
I don't know. With his value of life, it kind of creeps me out to have somebody like that in here.
Should we unblock him today?
Well, Joe, you can unblock him if you want to.
I have no idea how to do that from here.
I don't either.
I'll
you can work on it this weekend. So, but he's not blocked from YouTube or Rumble, so he can come on YouTube.
Oh, he can. All are welcome.
He's only blocked from Facebook. So, Drew, if you're listening, you can go to YouTube and Rumble, and those people will rumble with you there. Go to Rumble.
Once again, Billy Johnson says Scott's not Jewish. We know Scott's not. We're talking about Dr. Mark Kaysen. No, all Scott is he says he's a hillbilly from the boot heel, and that's about it. Anyway, before we get started, I want to thank all of our partners. Amini's in the Chesterfield Valley, leading supplier in traditional infrared saunas and saltwater hot tubs. The financing's amazing. They have them for one-person saunas, all the way up to 7 people. Great gifts, great time, all about your health, blood circulation, longevity, making sure your body's as perfect as it can possibly be. Experienced real estate partners, Kathy Hobig-Strick, Steve Strick, with New American Funding, powered by Square Mortgage, plus New Age Health and Wellness. Also, Ham and Rob, Route 66 Cannabis, fast lane to the Midwest premier cannabis shopping experience. 5 locations throughout the St. Louis, Missouri area, including their newest shop, which is in De Pere, 270 in Manchester, plus the Ostera line of products that they have that's in hundreds of stores throughout the state of Missouri. Solar City STL, making renewable energy part of your life, the heavy lifting done by them. They do their own installations. Give them a call. All of our advertisers have contacts. We have the link set for you, ready to go on our website, canceltheshow.com. You click on partners and you see the list and you go all the way down. Strategic Air Services in the Chesterfield Valley, where we broadcast live out of Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. Central, and all the time on our website. Premier private transportation providers in all things from aviation, from aircraft management to concierge services and acquisition. WeQuip, a peer-to-peer rental marketplace where renters can go to search for the items that they need that their neighbors might not have. Just fun. I go on there every day and just look what people are trying to rent. I haven't put anything on there yet, but I will. And of course, Winty's, just down the road from us, literally about a minute drive from us. Makes sense. Why they partner with us, the best pizza, burgers, wings, and smoked meats you're going to find. They have a heated outdoor patio. I was doing some work here later last night. So I stopped by and saw Ben. I went to, boy, 'tis the season for holiday parties. It was do you remember? I'm trying to remember. You were at my birthday party, right?
Yep, I certainly was.
Do you remember how packed that was?
Packed.
The cars were everywhere. That was
wall to wall.
I think it was more crowded last night.
Really? Okay.
There were so many people in that place, and I'm glad. I mean, because first of all, it's a great spot. Then they have a heated patio, but they also had their bourbon holiday party. I think there were 120 guys
just sitting around drinking bourbon
in the outside.
How fun!
Yeah, mostly it was just most of men. Anyway, it was good to catch up with Ben, and who knows. Talking some fun stuff with him.
Yeah.
We'll see if there's an update on that for the future. We say hello to everybody jumping in. We're grateful for that. Okay, so we've got off Monday, off Tuesday. We'll be back Wednesday.
Okay, so no Tuesday.
But we've got
Tuesday.
Go ahead. We've got a show. We got a little show.
Okay, so Tuesday, it's going to be very much like the day after Thanksgiving, where the show was only about 20 minutes. That one was live. This one, we're going to record it after the show, and so this one's not going to be live, but we still want a little bit of a show on Tuesday, and it'll be the same thing, about a half an hour. Vic, Eric, and I are going to record it after this show. So if you still need it, you can come on at our regular time at 8, and then I don't know, Joe, are you going to run it on a loop again like we did? Yeah. So it'll be about 30 minutes, but you don't have to get right up at 8 o'clock. You can at any time after that. It ran on a loop for 8 hours. So that's what we're going to do. Last time it was live. This time we're going to record it because we're not going to be in the studio on Tuesday. We're taking the day off.
Thanks for making that clear for everybody. Real quick, too, before we get Scott Faughn on, too, I wanted to show everybody our merchandise page. Go to cancelthisshow.com. You click on merch. We have hats. We have all kinds of cups, Coolies, Stanleys. We have shirts. We have Cancel This Coffee. All of those things are there for you. We have local delivery. We also have local pickup. We can help you out from there. Lots of people have ordered. We are grateful for that as well. We'll get into this really quick. I have no idea what Roland Tom. Did you see what happened at the Francis Howe School
I
Board?
did. And
what happened?
I was very pleased to see that. As a Francis Howe grad, they have for the last several years, I think it was since 2020, since right around the COVID time, there was some children that went to the school board or went to their schools at that time and said that that Black children were not treated fairly. So they had 2 classes, but they were definitely critical race theory classes. It was Black history, but it wasn't Black history. It was critical race theory. So parents that were tired of the critical race theory went to the school board, who it's a new school board. It's more a fair and balanced school board instead of liberal crazies. And so the parents and the children pushed for that, and the school board did the right thing, and they did away with the classes. And it was a no-brainer anyway, because there was only like 45 children in one class and like maybe 60 in another. So economically, it wasn't smart. Kids in that district and parents in that district were smart, and they don't want their kids to have critical race theory.
Yeah, but Francis Howe paid a lot of money to bring in the doctor
to
implement. And I have no problem with those classes if people want to take them.
Sure.
If it financially makes sense.
It made no sense. There was less than 100 children in these classes.
As long as kids aren't forced into classes.
Well, at one point
I'm all for opportunities. If you can do it, you can offer more opportunities for kids to learn. Great. But you can't force kids into classes.
Correct. That. And so it was voted out, and those classes are gone.
All right. Let's get into our friend Scott Faughn from the Missouri Times. I always promote him.
He's sideways.
He's sideways.
Fix that there.
You are.
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit better. All right. Good deal.
You could have gone like that the whole time. That would have been
well.
Okay.
I always promote Scott as the leading political information source in the state of Missouri because he lives it, he breathes it. He was my mentor whether he meant to be or not when it comes to politics.
What the hell did I do? Oh no.
I know just how things work.
So Scott's the one that corrupted you like this? That's the reason you are the way you are?
He's educated me.
Yeah, he's edumacated you.
That's for sure.
I tell you what, I love Lizzie's outfit. That is 10 on 10. That starts my I've got mine, but it's one of those Borat strap things, kind of wrap around one piece. I didn't know I didn't know if it would work for Cancel This.
Oh, it would have been fine.
You're right in our wheelhouse with one of your Steins drinking some AB product.
There you go.
No doubt.
Hey,
Only
by the way,
Bush.
Yeah, did you ever drink Bud Light at all?
I always drink Bud Light. I still drink Bud Light.
And you still drink Bud Light, right? I have no problem.
I'm not changing because, look, if trans want to drink Bud Light too, it's fine. It's actually worked out great for me, Vic. This is what's happened. Since this controversy, which it was dumb, but what's been great is sometimes bars will run out of Bud Light. Now, no bar ever runs out of Bud Light. Bud Light was never on sale. Now Bud Light's frequently on sale. Yeah, I love it. The trans folks have done a great favor to me. Drink all you want. It'll be more for me. I'll be the last. I'm not changing what I do because somebody else. So the whole Bud Light controversy has been nothing but aces for me.
See, I stopped drinking, but since they came back and joined up with UFC, which I love, I'll drink Bud Light now. I've had some Bud Lights. I begged openly for Bud Light to come and advertise on our show. And we would do a can of the day. We could do whatever, the memorial cans, you name it. I can't get a response from anybody.
Yeah, they don't.
Whatever trans person of the day wanted to do it. I think they should do more trans advertising because it just works great for me. Just bring more. You know, Vic, I have never been into I didn't like the Dixie Chicks because I didn't like their music. I like Alec Baldwin, always have. I don't boycott people. I don't boycott actors. I don't boycott Bud Light. I just do what I like. I pick a beer because of how it tastes. And because of its German heritage. I don't pick a beer because of whatever who's on the can. And I don't watch movies or I just kind of I am so selfish that I just don't have it in my heart to boycott anything.
Well, the good thing is, as long as you know who people are and you're direct and you're black and white, be who you are. Just don't waffle. That's the only thing. That's where we get into issues. We also see that in politics a lot of times too.
I have no waffling in my 100% self-centeredness.
No waffling and selfishness.
None.
There you go.
Are you still a hillbilly?
Oh, a simple hillbilly from West Butler County. Born, bred. That's how I'll be dead.
Do you have any merchandise yet, Scott?
No. That's too highfalutin city folk moves. We just keep it simple. I can get you, because hillbilly, we can get you overalls, but they got to be wore out. So it would take too much to make them. We don't really wear shoes, so I couldn't sell them.
I think you should have a line. Remember that Billy Bass little merchandise stuff? You could have the Scotty Bass merchandise.
Oh, the fish that would turn around and sing to you on the wall? Yeah, that was cool. I got one of those still.
Yeah. Well, see, you need to market something and call it the Scotty Bass.
Only Scott could make St. Charles County look like they're highfalutin.
That is exactly right.
Give me a break, Scott.
Or if you talk to someone from St. Charles County, they're always angry. And highfalutin.
What?
I'm from St. Charles County,
and you're all so mad, and you're offended all the time. It's like you audition to who you're going to send to Jeff City. Who's the most angry and offended person you can find?
Oh, you know what? I don't disagree with you with that because I'm a cheerful person and I like it. And I'm from St. Charles County, but you're right. Recently, everybody is mad in St. Charles County.
Who's mad?
I mean, about everything. Scott, well, let's go down the list. Bob Onder might be the maddest person in politics. Bill Eigel is not mad. He's almost charming, but he's always got to moan about something. My man Nick has become a moaner. Go down the list. I love Richard West. What a great dude. But if you tell me Richard ain't mad about something, you don't know Richard. Talking about a different guy.
Yeah, I know Richard.
Schwadron, now he wants to fire the speaker for his checkbook thing. He's all mad. It is interesting to watch the anger level just go up. And look, some of it's justified, and some of it's like, oh, come on.
Glad you said
people
that.
are always mad.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% because St. Charles County right now looks like we're always mad at people in politics. And the funny thing of it is some of it, you're right, Scott, it is very justified. And the other part of it, and I've said this to Vic often, the vitriol is so hyped up, it's losing its value in being mad.
You can't be that mad all the time. You used to have Tom Dempsey, the smoothest guy. Just cool. If Tom was vitriolically angry about to lose his mind, you'd never know it. I tell you what, you got a guy that I like, Tony Lavasco. Tony Lavasco is crazy pet coon. I mean, he's every right wing thing. He just bites on it, but he's nice about it. I find myself listening to him a lot because he doesn't come off like he's just mad. He comes off like he's sat and thought about something and came up with an idea or an agreement with something. And I'm a big Torn Labasco fan. The dude's a good guy.
Yeah, but you know what? Dr. Bob Onder has a way about him. He's smooth. That guy is silky smooth, Scott.
That's one way to look at it. Yeah.
Silky smooth. I wonder if Bob Onder wants to be called silky
But
smooth.
He's not a guy that's yelling and screaming and his voice level going up, is it?
You're talking about Dr. Bob Onder from Wentzville. Yeah, a little bit. Look, here's the thing. People in Jeff City give Bob a hard time and kind of, you can only be so mad for so long before start rolling their eyes. Bob Onder ran for Congress once. And we're getting the way back. We're going back 20 years now. There used to be a thing called stem cell research, right? Where if you were in a wheelchair or something, they could do some I don't even know what a stem cell is, to tell the truth. But there were some people on the right all ticked about it, on the left all ticked about it. Bob Onder, being a medical doctor, said, well, if we could take stuff we were going to throw away and maybe use it to get someone out of a wheelchair, seems like a good idea. And they just crucified him with it.
Yeah, they really did.
He lost his congressional race. And I think Bob decided, I'm not going to get outrighted again. I'm not going to get out angry. By God, he hasn't.
Yeah, that is very true.
No, it's a good page. Talking with Scott Faughn from the Missouri Times. Check out the MissouriTimes.com. It's an amazing site, amazing work that they do. Scott, while we have you on too, before we get into some of the other politics so people understand, can you let them know about the show that you do on a weekly basis? And you have, by the way, putting a set together it can be a nightmare. Your set is absolutely gorgeous.
It really is.
I tell you, that's to be honest with you, not just to do a compliment circle, but when I watched the first show, I was so bowled away at you guys' set on the first day. I do know how hard that is to make happen. And it from day one, the production value there has just been amazing. I'm in my office now because we have another show happening in our studio. But yeah, we built the studio this weekend. Missouri Politics. It airs at 9:00 in the morning on Sundays in St. Louis. Unfortunately, for the next 2 weeks, we'll be off with Christmas and then New Year's. We'll be back after the first of the year. Our guests, you can go to twmp.tv and you could see Eric Schmidt was our last guest. Before him, I think the week before that was Kehoe. We try to bring you some major state figure. Then we do a panel where folks argue. We should call it the St. Charles County Memorial Panel. They can just argue and fight. But no, we try to bring you somebody, and I do my best just to shoot straight. We also do a web show once a week. We had on Garrett Hawkins and Jim Lemke. Jim Lemke, if you don't know him, is one of the most prominent folks behind the scenes. He's a former state senator. Now he's behind the scenes. Jim has become like the Darth Vader or the David Barklage now of politics. Like, Jim gets blamed for stuff he had nothing to do with. He's on a golf course in Florida and getting blamed for stuff, and he gets credit for stuff he had nothing to do with. He's reached his iconic status. I can tell you've reached the iconic status when you start getting blamed and credited for things you don't even know happened. Jim has made that.
That's a quarterback on a football team. That's what happens.
Yes. You're the greatest or the worst, and it could be nothing to do with anything you did, but you're the best in town, the worst.
Hey, real quick, somebody wanted to remind you, Scott, St. Charles politics and people who are in politicians have to go and fight because nobody else in the state will say anything.
Well, y'all say plenty. I will say that. There is nobody that has to wonder if you guys are going to talk about something because you talk about everything. No, I think it's this, Vic. I think that a lot of folks from St. Charles County, obviously it's a new place. And the population boom has been amazing. It's one of those things, like you said about the quarterback. I don't know that St. Charles County has grown because of their smart decisions as much as they've benefited from St. Louis's poor decisions.
I agree.
And it could be just the alternative. You offer an alternative and people prefer it. But I do think this. I think when you move somewhere you grow up somewhere off in the country or wherever, and you move to St. Louis. Well, after you have kids, when you move out to the suburbs. That's the case all over the country. It's kind of a cultural thing. And you move there for 20 years to make a living, and then you're going to retire to Florida. You're going to go back home, whatever. I think you lose that sense of community. You don't have that skin in the game because you don't ever envision yourself retiring there, living there the rest of your life. And I think some of that makes it to where you more slash and burn, right? If you're going to live, if your family grew up there, you grew up there, you want your kids to grow up there, you have a longer generational thought process. If you're there for just one generation for 20-year period and leave, I think you view it from a different perspective, frankly. And I think that probably contributes to it.
Yeah, I never even thought about that, but you're spot on with that, because that's true. When you're raising your kids, you fight for your kids, but then as a generation, you move on. Like you said, you go to Florida. And I know many people in St. Charles County, after they got done raising their kids, moved back into St. Louis just because that's where they were. And so I never thought about it that way, but you're spot on about that.
Yeah, talking with Scott Faughn, the Missouri Times, MissouriTimes.com. I don't know anybody else who knows more about the inner dealings of politics, the inner workings of politics in the state of Missouri. I want to get into the governor's breakdown. And you put out a list because of the elections that will be coming up here in 2024 from a local and state level. Outstanding piece. Check out Scott's piece on Facebook as well if you don't follow him yet. I love the time that you put in when it broke down all the candidates' money, what they're for, what they're trying to do, who they are, where they've been. It's an outstanding piece, especially when you start, because everybody looks at the top levels. A lot of the time, the top level is the governor in the state of Missouri. A long time ago, you were the first guy I ever heard say, don't sleep on Ashcroft. And I was like, who? Ashcroft, who? And then he's done well in some early polling. But I find this to be fascinating because it just seems like Mike Kehoe is just sitting there ready to leap. Yesterday, great ad campaign all over the state, or at least throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. I started to see the Mike Kehoe for governor signs pop up all over the digital billboards, and it's a great sign. Mm-hmm. Break down this race where we are starting 2024.
I mean, we'll start with your hometown guy, I think. Bill Eigel. I got to look smart. Bill Eigel thinks differently than other people. He views politics differently. It's been a long time since old Phil Donnelly from Laclede County ran for governor from the state senate and won. Like it was the 50s, actually. Bill Eigel's trying to move from the state senate. He's the best orator. He'd be your most enjoyable guest to have. He's great radio. He always says something interesting. Because he's from St. Charles County, he's always complaining about something. But he's raised a good chunk of money. I think Bill Eigel's run the best campaign, and he is running for governor, and he's running to go hard right. There's a guy in his mind lives in a cul-de-sac in the suburbs who this guy across the street has a bigger boat than him. The other guy down the block's got a hotter wife, and he's mad. And that guy, Bill Eigel, knows how to tell that guy, it ain't your fault, it's somebody else's fault, and vote for me, and we're going to get whoever's the boogeyman here. And so Bill is a tremendous politician. I absolutely think he can win the race. I think he's a major factor no matter what. And it is surprising because there's a state senator coming from nowhere.
Did you just say you think Bill Eigel could win this race?
I 100% think Bill Eigel could win this race.
Okay.
I think he knows how to talk. I mean, look, the electorate, in my view, is angry. I don't even know that they know what they want. They're just angry. And Bill is a great politician and has tapped into that anger and knows how to talk to it and knows how to fester it and simmer it. And I also think, I'll give you a bolder prediction that he could win. If he did win, he would actually take it seriously. I mean, you could easily think the way you see Bill Eigel in the Senate, he's not a very serious guy. If Bill Eigel was in charge of something, I think he views himself in the Senate as the opposition to whatever the Republicans want to do. He wants to kill it. I think if he was in leadership in the Senate, he would have taken it seriously and he would have done a good job. And I think if he's governor, a bigger, bolder prediction that he could win is if he is governor, he'll take it seriously and do a good job. I think he takes votes from Ashcroft. I thought maybe he would just split the anti-Ashcroft vote, but I think Bill has done such a good job with his campaign now. He's transcended that to an actual figure in the race. And he's attacking Jay. And keep in mind, right now it's all social media stuff, right? If you're on Bill Eigel's social media and you're an undecided voter, you ain't voting for Mike Kehoe. You're voting for Jay or you're voting for Bill. And Bill's picking Jay's pocket right now, and he's good at it. Jay, Ashcroft, look, it's funny. Every time I do a show, somebody will text me, email me, or comment and say, he's only winning because of his dad. Well, okay. There's a gal just south of here whose daddy was governor, and you know what they call her? Governor Sarah Huckabee.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter, right? I mean, yes, is it true? If I was Mike Kehoe and Bill Eigel, I'd be pretty pissed that the guy's dad's kind of give him a 3/4 poll lead, but it don't really matter. Jay Ashcroft is a good guy. Jay's getting better at giving speeches. If I'm Jay Ashcroft, I do what he's done. I take my ball and hide, and I try to just wait this thing out. because I mean they got to knock him down. Now the interesting part about this is John Ashcroft is revered in the Republican Party. I would have thought in the era of Trump, in the era of everything before us was bad, there would have been a more effective move to demonize that name, but I have not seen it as of yet. So we'll see how it goes. I'm more bullish on Jay than most people because I haven't seen them effectively tear down that name, and if they don't tear that name down, boy, I just think I mean, if you ever worked a poll like I have in August on a hot August day, the folks that go to that polling booth are old folks for the vast majority, and they remember John Ashcroft quite fondly. And I would say 25 to 30% of this Republican electorate is going to vote for John Ashcroft's son, and they don't care. So you're scrapping amongst the other two to try to get over that bar. I think that could fall. I mean, his dad gives him 20%. He's probably bringing 10. Is that enough? Can you add to? It'll be interesting to see if he adds to. Then Mike Keogh's the bull of the woods. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the best thing Mike Keogh could do. Mike Keogh's not an angry guy. He's just not. He was the youngest son of multi-children. His father left when he was young. He grew up in North St. Louis. He's went on to be the youngest auto dealer in the state. Mike Keogh's story is amazing, but he's not mad. And the Republican electorate wants somebody pissed off. I think if he said, I'm going to whoop your ass, I think that would be the most effective ad he could do, not ad, comment. If he just came out and looked him in the eye, the first time somebody said something to him smart, he comes and I'm going to whoop you. Because I'll tell you, if Jay Ashcroft said, I'm going to whoop you, you'd be like, but are you? If Bill Eigel did, it'd be like, I don't really think you are. But if Mike Keogh's temper flared and said, I'm going to whoop your ass, you know what I'd do? I'd probably look for the door because I think he probably would do it. And I think that is the one kind of John Dutton thing he has, that if he were able to take that money and for him get that part of his personality out, he would be very tough to beat. But again, that's a bold statement, Cotton. We'll see how it goes, right?
Boy, that is an interesting breakdown. I love it too. Really I want to see because Eigel's team had reached out to us. Ashcroft's team had reached out to us, and we've had them both on a couple times. I was wanting and waiting to get Mike Keogh on, so I reached out to the Keogh team. So we're hoping at some point we can get Mike on and learn a little bit more about him because I don't know if a lot of people really know about him, Scott.
I mean, when you meet the guy, I think that's true. When you meet the guy, you just think this guy should be in charge of something, right? I met John Calipari once, the old coach for Kentucky. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, when that guy walks in a room, you know a big deal walked in the room. He just got that air about him, right? Mike Keogh's the same way. When he walks into a room, you don't have to know him. You just know that dude is important. Whatever he's doing is a big deal.
That's how I see you when you walk into Sportsman in Ladue.
Well, when I walk into Sportsman's, I obviously go pay homage to the Jack Buck mural, which I love. Honestly, I like the food, but I really go there for that Jack Buck mural, and it's my favorite restaurant in St. Louis. And the food's great, but that mural, like some people like to go to Lester's. I'm old-fashioned. I'm old school. I'm a Sportsman's Park guy, and that Jack Buck mural, how can you not, if you get the choice to have lunch gazing at a Jack Buck mural, how do you not have lunch gazing at a Jack Buck mural?
I can't argue with it. That's for sure. I can't
argue either.
I mean, it's a great place. And the whole breakdown with Governor, I can't wait to see where it goes and what happens. When it comes to this day and age, how super important is being a governor? Because I felt like Mike Parson has done a really good job. And then I've gotten ripped by some people, not everybody. Some people, well, he's just lukewarm. He's just kind of riding out. I'm like, but what do governors do in their last term? And what more can a Governor Parsons do? Or what more could he have done during his term? Because I think he's done a phenomenal job as governor.
So let's go down the list here. There's 0 abortions. A toddler can buy an Uzi. They've cut taxes 3 times. He dealt with a pandemic. He dealt with some creepy pervert. He had to clean up the place after. What more do you want the guy to do? I mean, here's the thing, Vic. This is how I view the Republican electorate.
And you're not a far right guy as you say this either. So I want people to remember.
I'm a common sense person. Sometimes common sense is far right, and sometimes common sense is okay. That sounds good, but does that actually add up? I hear people talk about getting rid of personal property tax. I had this great conversation with Rick Pogue the other night. He likes to get rid of personal property tax. So do I. It sucks. I'm looking at my receipt right now from Cole County, and I'm a little pissed about it. But the fact of the matter is, that's a concept. A plan is, okay, how are you going to fund an ambulance in Washington, Missouri? How are you going to fund the ambulance the drainage district down in New Madrid County? If you just cut that out, I mean, that's a concept. You don't have a plan. They said, we're going to have the state reimburse. I said, well, with what money? So a plan would be to do that. And my pitch to Rick was, Rick's a heck of an entrepreneur, right? He'll just kick the door in on stuff. And I've got that on about a 10% scale of Rick as far as financial resources to do it and success. But to me, if you asked me to manage your money, Vic, which is kind of what a politician does, is manage your money. I wouldn't go out and just say, we'll figure it out later. Oh, let's just do this and figure it out later. No, I might do that with my money. But if something happened to you, Vic, and you said, Scott, will you be the executor of me while I'm incapacitated? I wouldn't do that with your money. And that's essentially what a politician is. He's the executor for your money. He's taking care of your money. And I'm just of the belief that some of this stuff should have to make sense. And I'm all for all the conservative stuff you can do that actually adds up and makes sense.
I think the only thing that Parson got ripped about was because he let local counties do their own thing when it came to
I disagree with you, Vic. I think he gets ripped for this. You have an angry electorate, and Mike Parson is not the guy that's going to whine on TV all the time. He's not going to get on Facebook and whine and complain. He's a sheriff from rural Missouri. We don't whine. And there's a lot of folks, frankly, there's a lot of suburban folks who are very angry, and they want somebody who's as angry as they are. And that's not who he is. I don't honestly, the electorate, I don't think has a list of things they even want. I think they're just mad. And I don't like with Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump's not conservative at all. Donald Trump had some conservative policies, but I mean, Dick Gephardt fought his whole career for the tariffs Donald Trump installed. Folks are just mad. And I think they're going to flip a bigger bird in 2024. I actually am starting to think Trump's going to win. It has nothing to do with any policies. It has nothing to do with anything except people think, how can I flip off whoever I'm mad at the hardest? And they think it's Trump. Well, Mike Parsons not going to run around flipping people off. He's just going to show up and do a damn good job. I mean, show me the metric he hasn't done well on. And yes, I understand. He did allow local people to make local decisions. But why don't you convince your friends and neighbors to do differently?
That's
why
my
do
point.
Why do you need Jeff City to come in and tell you what to do? I thought we were small government. I mean, if you have a problem with the way folks do things in Wildwood, well, go run for city council. Go talk to your neighbors. You can't change the state by going and talking to your neighbors. You can change the Wildwood City Council. So go change it and stop whining all the time.
I couldn't agree anymore.
That is really good comments that you made. One thing, going back to personal property tax, and you said they have a plan. I'm with you on that because so many people
have a concept.
Right. They have a concept, but not necessarily a plan. And I've said this on the show before. I'm all for getting rid of personal property tax too. But we have a Missouri Constitution that you just can't go in and rip it out of there either. You have to have a plan. And don't you have to get rid of income tax before you can even get rid of personal property tax in our Missouri Constitution?
You may be right. I don't know. But I'll tell you how you can get rid of every personal property tax. You get on that Friends of the House school board, and you put a levy up to lower the levy, and you can cut your personal property taxes. If you don't want a drainage district, if you want water running through the streets, you can go cut the drainage district. If you don't think an ambulance district if you think that's socialism, that an ambulance comes and picks up sick folks, and you don't want that, you know what you can do? You can go cut that. If you don't want a fire district, you can get together and put it on the ballot and cut your fire district. Go do it. The world is your oyster, man. Go cut all the government you want. But that government wasn't created in Jeff City. That government was created by local folks in St. Charles County. They set that levy. This levy right here I'm looking at, and for my Cole County personal property tax on this house, all this stuff, Cole County Library, Osage Fire, Road and Bridge, all that stuff is things that we voted on locally. So guess what we could do? If we actually cared, this was more than a Facebook post, I would go get on the Cole County General Road, but the library board here, and I'd say we're going to cut back the library, or we're going to cut the damn thing out, which is fine. But do that. Go do the real. But that's hard work. That's real digging in the dirt, hard work. People don't want to do that. They want to go to Jeff City and whine and complain.
Well, they do. And then we have people that come on a show, Scott, and they're like, well, the lobbyists run everything in every state across the country. How does that work? Can you break it down and give people a realistic idea of what happens and why lobbyists are not going anywhere, whether people like the situation or not, and how they actually play into the fact of how politics are run?
Lobbyists are a big part of everything. But I mean, look, we know some realtors, right? some good folks that are realtors. They have a very influential. They all kick in a certain amount every month to pay a lobbyist who does. I mean, trust me, you ain't going to get over on the realtors while Sam Licklider's alive. So they represent groups like nurses. Nurses have a very effective lobbyist. They all kick in a little bit every month to pay this person to go advocate for them. And then they all come down once every 2 months to Jeff City and tell everybody in person, different nurses, physical therapists. I mean, lobbyists are only there because different groups have bound together to hire them. They're essentially just a representation of other people. And so, the Chamber of Commerce, business groups have lobbyists. It is what it is. It is true in every state. And I don't. The lobbyist can tell you and try to influence you, but it's on your elected official what he does. I promise you this. If a state rep is 36,000 people, right? If you were to organize and get together and create 2,000 people wanting something, a state rep's going to tell the lobbyist, hey, man, what am I supposed to do? He's going to be with you.
That is a very good point. That is a great point.
That's hard work. That's actually work.
Then that's how angry people can go try to get something done and put their anger towards something.
But most of them are just whiny people. And it's easier to go on the internet and whine. It's easier to go to Jeff City and throw a little fit than it is to actually do the hard work of doing that. You know who's done that? The landfill people. The landfill people have organized, and they've been and now their issue, I hear it talked about on the United States Senate floor, but those folks got together, organized person after person, meeting after meeting, and that Bridgeton landfill group has raised everybody talks about that now because a few people got together and organized, and they did hard work, and they're reaping the benefits of it. And I believe before this is over, there will be compensation to those people, as there should be. But I think it would have never happened without that lady, Dawn Chapman, I believe. I don't want to say her name wrong because whether you agree with what she's done or not, I mean, the fact is she's taken this issue and blown it up.
I just love the fact people are like, well, what can we do? What can we do? There you go. Yeah, there's something you can do.
Made it really clear.
It's not easy, but it's an opportunity.
It's very hard
for people to try.
It's easier to get on Facebook and whine, or like other people's posts that are whining, or buy into people that are promising you something they're never going to do. It's just easier, but that's how you actually do it for real.
Correct. And many people don't do it for real.
Hey, have you had a chance to meet? I was going to bring this up. Have you had a chance to meet State Rep Justin Hicks yet? He is the son-in-law of Lizzie.
Yep, he's my son-in-law.
I didn't know if
you had a lot to be proud of. You got a lot to be proud of. I tell you, I have an admiration for him on multi levels, and it has been the most bizarre thing to watch, folks. It is truly he's had the tip of the spear of the darkest side of the Republican Party, and I tell you, the way he's handled himself like a gentleman in his first term, dealing with some things that other freshmen haven't had to deal with. And I'm sure it's been tough, but in a way, he's had a chance to put on display what a gentleman he is for the whole state, and he's came over with a lot of admirers, and I count myself as one of them.
Oh, that is really nice to hear. And
that's good praise.
That really is. And what you see there is what I see as a mother-in-law. My husband is a very hard nut to crack when it comes to his daughters. And when he met him, he goes, Heather, that's the guy. He is going to do something. People are angry, and Justin is not an angry person. And he sounds like what you were saying about Mike Kehoe, where Justin has all the reason in the world to be angry, what happened in his childhood. And he isn't. He's the kindest person, but he wants to get stuff done. But you won't hear him screaming and yelling and throwing a fit and falling all over the floor. He's just going to work and put his feet to the metal. So
I tell you, he has, it's also, I mean, look, here's the facts. The world won't always be as Republican as it is now. And there's some groups you're going to have to reach out to. And being an African-American Republican, it gives him more opportunities to talk to people and reach people. And I'm a believer that as the world evolves, the one thing that will happen is change. And you're going to need voices like his who could actually deliver an articulate message, expand the party into different areas. I'm a big believer that people like him are very important. So I just think he's got a very bright future. And I mean, it's funny, it's not the test you'd want to go through, but some of the tests he's had to experience his first year has put him on a platform, and he's just dealt with it with grace and dignity. And the big guy, you talk about like lobbyists and folks that have seen a lot of these folks come through. the way he purports himself and handles himself, it says, okay, that guy can handle bigger stuff.
That's a good point.
Very good to hear.
Hey, Scott, before we let you go today, I am not enthused about our St. Louis baseball Cardinals. They got some picks, but when everybody else is doing a whole lot more than you are, and because I don't know a bigger Cardinal fan than you, and
it's agonizing.
I am frustrated with, and I'm going to call it Mosaic because of what we've done in the comments that we get from him.
When this man owned the team and you finish last, do you think Gussie Busch keeps last place losers? And look, I think Mosaic has had a great career. He's the world championships, the competitiveness. John Mosaic has a lot to hang his hat on and be proud of. I wonder in some of these jobs. I've seen this before in politics a lot. you kind of have so many tricks, right? You come into a job, you're going to innovate a little here, you're going to do these things, find success, then you get stuck in it. And I think that the telltale that Mosaic may be there is that he's hiring yes men with no track record. I mean, look, if we fired Ollie Marmol, who's going to hire Ollie? Who's going to hire Ollie Marmol if we didn't? Was there a competition to hire Ollie Marmol? Hell no. It was just, you're going to not argue like Schilt did, right? Okay, you're hired. Shut up. Now, I
was a Schilt guy. I love Schilt. Sorry,
same here. And Schilt would push back on the look. I think the computer stuff's very necessary, but also some old. I think this guy's hot. He's been playing well. I'm going to play him today, even though the computer says play the other guy. Some of that horse sense still matters, and I think Schilt was a good combination of that. The team played better defense. They played the Cardinal way. This is not the Cardinal way. They don't catch the ball. They don't run the bases well. Those guys don't listen to him. And the fact of the matter is, I think the problem with Mosaic, great success, and I don't like people that disregard his success. He's had a great run. When you don't want people that have differing opinions, that's when you're like, okay, maybe you've played your cards here. Maybe you're out of steam. And he feels to me like a guy who's hiring. He hired Matheny with no experience. Trust me, there was no one going to hire Matheny if we didn't. Then Schilt, frankly, took over for Matheny. I think they planned on him almost doing 2 months and being done like Jorgensen did back in the 90s. But he just took off. It was a great manager and got another opportunity in San Diego now. But I think with Marmol, look, I think it's telling when the guy doesn't have another job interview after yours. And he didn't come from a job interview. And I think if they fired him today, he would not be picked up by another team to manage. Let's just be honest. And nor would he the next year. I think you've got some yes men folks who are too reliant on the computer stuff. And more than anything, they don't want pushback. And I think it's a dangerous concept in a leader. And I think it's led to some. Now, look, I think they're signing Sonny Gray, great pitcher. The other two, whatever. I assume they say innings. But here's the thing about innings. You need to win the innings. Just somebody showing up for work is fine, but it's also good if you have somebody show up that does a good job. And I think that's what we're going to be looking at here is I think we can make the playoffs again. But do I think that can Sonny Gray and that lineup match up with the Braves in a short series? No. The Dodgers. No.
It's a problem.
But maybe we're just – I think their strategy has been just get to the playoffs and roll the dice, like in 06, right? Got to the playoffs and roll the dice. In 11, same thing. And I get it. But it's been 13 years now since that strategy's worked. And now they're not even making the play. They're in last place. And it's like they just accepted it. Oh, last place, no big deal. Well, I didn't accept it. I'm ready to ride. I'm ready to move to St. Charles County. I'm so mad about the Cardinals.
You come here and be mad with me.
You could be Lizzie's neighbor.
You could. I need you as a neighbor. That would be great.
But you'll still be there for opening day.
Yes, I will. I talk a big game. I'm still probably going to go to spring training, and I talk a big game, but I'll be right there with my red on.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, Scott, has anybody ever said that you are, and this is great, the most down-to-earth, truthful human they've ever heard?
No one's ever said that, but I need to clip this into my mom.
Yes, you do. Well, it's literally on the chat line that was said. And a lot of people do need to hear what you're saying because you're not saying what people necessarily want to hear. You're saying the truth and you broke it all down in a really great way. People are not used to that, where you know what you're talking about, you live it, you breathe it, and then you're not afraid to say what's really going on. So I think our listeners are pretty impressed with you about right now.
Yeah, we just hope that your property tax isn't over $7,000 per year like Donna says that hers is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Donna's doing pretty good because some things are kind of a backhanded blessing, and if you've got enough property to go $7,000, something's going right. Hey, I feel the property tax. I like Jay Nixon's. Jay Nixon had this idea that we could have a little bit of income tax, a little bit of property tax, and segment it with a little bit of sales tax. I think what's happened is we're a little light on sales tax, and we've let these because we're light on sales tax, these TIF developments have came in. And I think if we moved a little property tax over to sales tax and got rid of some of the individual TIF things, I think we might have a better. That feels like the more of the right move to me.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
Hey, buddy, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy it with your kids. You're a great dad. You're raising those kids right. That's for sure. I follow you on Facebook. I love to see pictures of them, and no doubt about it. So, hey, Merry Christmas. Thanks for spending time with us.
Merry Christmas.
Remind everybody again how they can find your shows, your daily shows, and of course on social media, and of course your weekly show.
You can find us Sundays in 2 weeks back at our normal schedule on ABC 30 there in St. Louis. You can go to MissouriTimes.com for the news. Just go to @ScottFaughn for Twitter. You'll see a good feel for what we do. Our midweek show, we have a lot of fun. But I'll tell you this is kind of the start to my Christmas holiday. And Lizzie's outfit, I love it. I got my STL milk mug here. I love that outfit. It started the day off right.
That's a good thing.
Scott Faughn from the Missouri Times. Scott, thanks again, man. Have an awesome day and a great holiday, and we'll catch up with you later.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas, Scott.
All right. Scott Faughn, MissouriTimes.com. Love it when we get him in to get him rocking and rolling, especially about St. Charles County residents when it comes to politics and the energy and the enthusiasm that's there. Or as Scott refers to it as whiny.
Well, and I liked him saying that actually, because as a St. Charles County resident, I see a lot of that. And I love St. Charles County. I am as St. Charles County as you can get. But I do see a lot of people that are just indignant and they're angry and they go to meetings and they yell and they scream. But then when the solution is there to try to do it, they don't.
Polite, persistent. Persistent. That's what I'm always
correct. So the yelling and screaming is not that effective. Now, Francis, how parents last night might have said that differently. Now, a lot of them weren't yelling and screaming, but they did do exactly what Scott said. They banded together. They realized they did not want critical race theory there. So they've been coming to school board meeting after school board meeting. This didn't happen overnight. People that saw it on news last night might have thought, wow, that's great. These parents have been rallying for years, not just months, years to change the school board, which they did. Then when they didn't like something, they banded together and they did something instead of whine. And I agree, because Scott's right. Like in our area, there's a police officer that patrols my area. And he used to and he just retired. He way back in the day was a city of St. Louis police officer. And my grandfather apparently was a sergeant way back in the day. So then when he retired, he came out to Dardine Prairie and out to Western St. Charles County and became a police officer. And I asked him how he liked it compared to St. Louis City. He said he'd go back to St. Louis City and be a police officer every day where there was real crime. St. Charles County didn't have that many crime, but all we did was bitch. That's literally what he said.
I don't want any crime. We don't need any of the crime.
I don't want crime. So I was happy to hear that he said we have a lot less crime, and that's a great thing, but we just complain and call the police all the time because somebody's dog is barking.
Oh my God, that's funny.
So,
and by the way, this is canceltheshow.com. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Pro Joe in the house, Kelly Manno coming up here at 9:00 hour. Eric Johnson coming in as well. I think he had band practice last night.
Well, no, they had a concert last night. I believe it was the Brewskis.
Yeah. Oh, they had a concert last night, and he's still making it in.
Yeah, I figured it would be 9:00. I'm very impressed the fact that he's coming at all, because those concerts, if you ever been to one of his Platinum Rock Legends concert, it is full on energy, and I would imagine you're exhausted the next day. So if the fact that Eric comes in at all, I will be very happy about that.
Well, we're going to have some fun during this next hours. And we were talking about getting Kelly in to talk about her birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Because so many people find it interesting, her dating life.
We'll
get into that. And she is a great mom. She really is a great mom. And we get to see video of it all the time when we do see that. I wanted to show you guys this story. I mean, what kind of man? I mean, he had to be on something, right? There was a suspect. And Joe, I sent you some video of him walking out the store. He was filmed on camera Wednesday night, literally removing a 50-pound living tarpon fish from Bass Pro Shops fish tank with netting. He literally grabbed the net from the shelves at Bass Pro Shop, went over to the little pond, and he took it out. Look at this video that we'll show you as him just walking out. Hey, you know what? And of course, we all know the crazy shit news happens in Florida, because that's what Floridians do. Here he goes. What would you do if you saw this happening? Literally, he grabbed. They're trying to get it again. Here he comes. Look at him. He grabbed the fish and he just walked past.
Right on out.
If you could show that again too, Joe, whenever you're able to pop that back up, that's going to be a serious crime, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
On a variety of levels?
Yes. I would think there would be a wildlife type crime that you just go in and you steal something right out of that. He has, Florida man, the Florida man, and it's always this joke that they're always on something. I agree. He has to be like on cocaine or something.
Florida has the craziest news.
They do.
And they produce a lot of lottery winners for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the two are in combination with one another, but somehow, some way it works. And that's what happens. Literally grabbing a 50-pound fish and walking back out with it. We'll show you that one more time. Is that right, Joe? Do we have that at all? Okay, don't worry about it if we can't. It's all good.
This website is, I don't know what website this is, but it's really not.
Screw Fox News.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
damn
website. So frustrating.
No, that's all good. It is good. By the way, want to thank our advertisers with the show and our partners, Amini's in the Chesterfield Valley. Literally, check all the links that we have on our partners page, canceltheshow.com. It takes you right to their links to help you out. Any questions, get them answered. No strings attached. And of course, these people have some phenomenal products, especially the saunas and infrared saunas, how it can help you lose weight, help heart circulation, literally a one-person sauna, all the way up to 7 people saunas. They've got all kinds of things that you can get, including small little hot tubs as well. Amini's in the Chesterfield Valley. Experienced real estate partners, Kathy Hobig-Strick, Steve Strick, and the mortgage company, New American Mortgage, funded by Score Mortgage. Also, we've got Renewal by Anderson, the windows. And believe it or not, it's a season for windows too. I had no idea. You can check them out on our website, Route 66 Cannabis. Your fast lane to the Midwest premier cannabis shopping experience. Solar City STL. I was shocked when I found out how many people are getting solar, because it makes sense if they're in a big enough house and how much money they can save. And of course, getting off the grid. Strategic Air Services. They're always looking for pilots. If you want to be in the aviation industry, you can check out the link here. And, of course, give them an email. Tell them you hear them on canceltheshow.com. Kevin Malutnik and crew. WeQuip. I haven't seen Kelly on there renting herself out yet for anything, but I'm sure she could have a whole lot of fun if she did that. But she would also rent her backhoe from there next time.
Yeah.
Somebody said they're going to put their backhoes on WeQuip.
There you go.
WeQuipUSA.com. And, of course, Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley. It's always packed. Last night was one of the most packed I've ever seen it there. Crazy, crazy time. I thought Kelly Manno had walked in the place or something, because there were so many people. Hey, did you see Kelly Manno was at Wendy's?
Yeah, they were all talking about Kelly.
Yeah. So with that, it is a Friday, our show before the Christmas holiday. We're off on Monday and Tuesday. We'll be back next Wednesday. And of course, you won't want to miss us next Thursday as we talk to a high school student. What high school is she at again? Do you remember? I don't know what high school she goes to.
Yeah, she's at Francis Howell North.
Okay, Francis, a high school senior is going to join us next Thursday to just talk about the vibe when it comes to what kids are thinking about, what they're talking about when it comes to politics, how teachers are, especially, I want to know about substitute teachers.
Yeah, I do.
Like Kelly Manno, what that's like. And then, of course, after we hear, right, that's in the 9 o'clock hour, but in the 8 o'clock hour, we bring in our ultra liberal friends, Mark Cason and guest. I don't know who Mark's partner is.
I know it's part of a podcast called The Blind City. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Based out of St. Louis City.
Yes.
So they're going to come in studio and give you another perspective to the world, give you another perspective to politics, to whatever the news of the day is. And I can tell you that will be, you may have to grin and bear some things, but it's always good to listen to somebody that maybe you don't like, just
it's
to
good
get a
to
perspective.
hear that. We might cringe and it might be like nails on a chalkboard. But like to Scott Faughn's point, if you want to know what you're up against and what you have to fight, you have to know what it is.
Well, of course.
You have to know and many people don't know what it is.
And in life, we got to keep an open mind anyway.
Yeah,
you got to keep an
hard.
open mind.
It's hard.
Right? Okay. With that being said, it is Friday and every other Friday. And sometimes we get her 2 weeks in a row, which is really good. We bring in our friend, ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Manno, joining us here on cancelthisshow.com. Kelly, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
The first thing that I have to talk about, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
So here's what it is. Since it happens near the weekend, it's your birthday like all weekend.
Oh, no. See,
I hope your kids are celebrating you all weekend.
They did. Like, I barely even celebrate my birthday. Like, I'm a Christmas baby and I always have been. So, like, my birthday's just not a big deal. It's kind of an inconvenience to everybody. So it's never, I always forget it's even coming up. But like last night, my mom came up and Jimmy came over with the kids and we had cake and look at my new shirt. Hang on. Let me turn around for you.
Oh, love it.
She's got
it.
You've got a Bosa football shirt.
It was
on.
a Nick Bosa birthday. I'll tell you that much.
That's beautiful.
I got a t-shirt, I got a hoodie, and I got Jimmy got me you guys know I love Taylor Swift. So he got me a Nick Bosa poster, but it is laid out in the design of the Taylor Swift Eras poster.
Oh,
maybe we should show, we've got a picture of that. We'll go ahead and show, I didn't give Joe a heads up, but we'll get into that.
We can show it later. We can talk about Nick Bosa all day, anytime.
You still getting ready?
Yeah, well, there's something wrong with my ponytail and the camera is backwards, so I can't. My brain is exploding. I'm just not going to look.
I have to do that sometimes too. I'll look at my shirt is crooked, and then I try to move it, and then I'm like I just can't look at it.
What is this? It looks like one of those dogs with a ponytail on top of its head. So I'm just not going to look.
I don't know. I don't think.
Fine. I think it's good.
I like it.
You guys know I'm not a morning person. I love y'all a whole lot to get up and.
I appreciate you doing that for sure.
Our viewers and listeners love you as well from that standpoint. I'm curious and we'll show that poster when it gets popped up.
Sure. We can show Nick Bosa anytime.
You know, I sent you a picture. Remember
Nick Bosa?
No.
It's me holding up a poster.
She said her and Jimmy are holding up a poster.
My bad.
There it is.
Look at that.
Woohoo.
So it's like the Taylor Swift Eras poster, but it's all Nick Bosa.
That is really cool.
I'm going to put it next to my Taylor Swift poster. Like, I guess you got it personalized. I don't know, because I've never seen that, but it's a really cute idea.
Oh, that is really cool. Where's that going to go?
In my bedroom.
Of course it is. Of course.
In my bedroom. Yeah. Ex-husbands give the best gifts, right? I'm like, dang, he nailed it. He's always been good at giving gifts.
Is Jimmy an ex-husband yet? Do you guys have all that taken care of?
Oh, no, we're so lazy. No, look, for number one, it costs money. Number two, it takes time. Both things that we don't have. And then also, I would be off of his insurance, which is not the end of the world. I could get my own insurance, but right now things are just easy. And neither one of us are like, when one of us get in a serious relationship and like want to get remarried or if the other person is like, hey, kind of weird, you're still married.
Right.
Then we'll fast track it. It's not a problem. We're both ready and we both agree on everything. It's just why rush it? We've got so much fun stuff going on right now with the kids and Christmas and stuff that, that'll come when it's ready.
Can you tell me what it was like being a Christmas baby? I had a friend whose birthday, and I always thought, man, that has to suck.
My youngest birthday is on Christmas.
Oh,
on Christmas. My baby will turn 15 on Christmas, and then we have a daughter. My daughter Heather's on the 13th. So December is just crazy.
That's nuts.
It is nuts.
People think, oh, it's so sweet to have a Christmas baby, and then once you get like a couple years into it, you're like, yeah, this was a terrible idea.
It's tough. Tough.
Yeah. So honestly, it's what everybody says. And my parents were always fantastic, and they were always great with like separating my birthday and Christmas. But then when it came to like all my friends and stuff, like it was like, here's your Christmas and your birthday present, stuff like that. But honestly, like, I'm not that big of a complainer in the grand scheme of things. If the worst thing happened in my life was my birthday got overlooked because it was close to Christmas, it's fine. But because of that, I don't make other people's birthdays a big deal either. Like some of my really good friends, I couldn't even tell you when their birthdays are because they've never been like a huge deal to me. I don't do the whole like, it's my birthday month and we're going to do all the, like, some of my friends are going to take me out on Saturday night to like watch the Blues game and have a drink. And that's the extent of it. I'm like, can we like pretend it's not my birthday? Don't bring me a hat. Don't like.
Where are you guys going to go? Do you know yet?
I think we're going to go to Dogwood Social.
What? Why do I know Dogwood Social?
It's like a big place on Highway K. It's huge.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got like games and stuff in there, I guess. I've been there once. So
that used to be a Gold's Gym, I think.
Yeah. No, but it's the building. Well, it may have been. There's 2 Gold's Gyms.
I used to work out there.
Okay. It's a big building. So there were 2 Gold's Gyms that got redone. I'm not sure if that was the building. It might be, but so I'm going to go Saturday night. So if you're one of my stalkers, I mean, hey, there you go.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. It's all right to invite a stalker when you have your team with you.
Exactly. And I like, honestly, people recognize me anywhere I go anyway, like in St. Charles County. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you're kind of a big deal.
I'm not a big deal. I just have a very recognizable face.
Tracy did say it was a Gold Gym. Speaking of a recognizable face, we love your face because we saw this and you put it out on social media when it comes to your baby picture.
Oh, this is the newborn. Oh.
Hey,
look.
Did you not want to be on this earth?
Like, if fuck around and find out was a newborn, like that is me right there. So
saying, the only thing it's missing is the middle finger.
Right? Like, I mean, my mom always says that I came out of the womb pissed off because I tried to come out face first. That's why my face is so swollen. Like, look at that little double chin at the bottom.
I think it's a beautiful pic, and I love baby pictures.
Well,
I can see if you want to make it look like you're angry. I can see that, and especially if you have a middle finger up, I can see that.
I got my fist cocked. Look at that face.
Yeah, she's not ready to. She got her balls. She's not ready to punch
Look at
somebody.
that stank face.
You do have a right hand ready to rock and roll.
I mean. It's like if fuck around and find out was a newborn baby, that's what it would look like.
Oh my God, you could have that on a shirt.
Right? Like, I don't know why I'm so angry. I just know
F-A-F-O.
Most babies come out like crown first, like the crown of their head. But like the first thing my doctors were seeing was like my nose, and they had to like keep shoving me back in, repositioning me. And so I don't know.
So you were pissed.
I was pissed. I was pissed. My mom always says that I was like, it was like I was telling the doctor he did a bad job. Like I was already complaining about something. But yeah, that's my newborn photo.
Okay, so how did your parents handle Christmas? And Lizzie, how did you guys handle Christmas and birthday? And I know this sounds selfish, but when it comes to, quote, celebrating and gifts, how do you freaking do that?
Lizzie, you can go first because you're the mom.
Yeah, we make a big deal about it because my oldest one that was on the 13th, we celebrate hers around the 13th. But our baby's, who's actually on Christmas, we let her friend birthday be a week or two before or a week or two after. And then Christmas, it's still a very big deal. So we do Christmas in the morning. We do Christmas Eve is a big deal. And then we do Christmas morning is a big deal. And then during the day, everybody goes wherever they want. They can leave. They can go wherever they want. But then they have to come back at dinner time with a present that's not wrapped in Christmas present, and it's no longer Jesus's birthday. Well, I mean, it still is.
Move over, Jesus.
But it's all about Heidi that night.
It's Heidi time.
So, but she loves it. And when she was little, she said, Jesus must really love me to share his birthday with him.
Aw.
But as long as we do it that way, she's fine. We make it a separate little hour.
Yeah. I mean, most well-adjusted kids can just be fine with it.
Yeah,
you know, and
fine.
Growing up.
Does that mean you were well-adjusted?
I really think I am. As batshit crazy as I am,
you are.
It's a good balance, but like I grew up, in Gen X, so our birthdays were not a big deal. Mom made a cake, and like my grandparents and my aunt and uncle would come over, and I'd get presents, and then we'd move on to Christmas a couple days later. So we didn't have like big kid birthday parties or stuff like that. So it's really not a big deal. Some people just whine too much about stuff, but Lizzie, it sounds like you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. I try anyway.
Yeah.
And since she just mentioned what Scott mentioned in the first hour, we were talking about whining in the first hour, and everybody just whines and whines.
It's easy to whine.
It is easy to whine.
Oh,
trust me.
God, like that's my number one thing is just people who just complain of like all the things that's going wrong in this world. Like really, like McDonald's forgot your ketchup. Like come on, get a grip on things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I try very hard not to complain. Doesn't always work, but
yeah, I hear you. Me too.
Once again, Kelly Manno. You can catch her on all social media platforms. Kelly Manno, just like that. Kelly Manno, Manno. Kelly Manno.
Yep.
Somebody said they love your ponytail. By the way, they said it works well.
No,
that you should not feel anything bad about it. That it looks great.
And I look pale. It's just you have those days
you're
where
a cheerleader.
Not right now.
But that's like cheerleading hair, isn't it?
I know. It's just one of those days where like my clothes aren't fitting right. I look pale. I can't, like my mascara didn't go on. And I'm backwards in this mirror, which is a nightmare for my brain.
Chris said you look like an angry Louis Anderson in your baby pic.
Oh my God, I could totally see that. Well, my face is so swollen from trying to come out nose first. Like my eye, my eyes are like sunken in my head. Like, look how big those cheeks are. That like it's nothing but cheeks.
Mm-hmm. You got some big cheeks there. I mean, you're really cute.
But you're a little bit. You're just a little bit now. I mean, you're a smaller lady.
Yeah. She's tiny.
Do you remember how much you weighed?
6 pounds something, I think, when I was born. I have no idea.
Okay, so she wasn't that big either.
No.
Little.
No, I came home in a stocking.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
I interrupted. You came home in a stocking. That's great.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, I interrupted you. You were talking about your pale face. What's wrong with your face? Your face isn't pale.
Yes, it is. I don't know. What's wrong with my face?
No, nothing.
Joe's going to fix your face.
Do you have a filter you can put on my face?
Nothing.
There's nothing wrong. It's just me being a girl. That's all it is.
And that's true. I think about that. I come in here and the guys can just put on whatever.
Right.
Sort of do their hair. And if I don't put on makeup, which I don't a lot at home, then I look so pale too. I worry about my hair.
Yeah, we got to get something.
Although you worry about your hair.
No, yeah, we got to get something like the Brad Pitt, George Clooney filter.
Yeah. When we get big.
I want that filter.
That's right.
Oh, I should start bringing my own lighting like Kim Kardashian.
Yes, you should.
She goes places with her own. And Oprah used to do that too.
Yeah.
If Oprah did an interview or something, she would bring her own lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Lighting is, and Joe knows this too. It's the most important.
Everything.
Lighting.
Yes.
And when we get really big around here, I want us to get like uplighting. Joe, what do you think about uplighting?
You have uplighting along the walls.
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah, but that's blue. I mean, like uplighting on your desk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can see it. When we get really big, I was listening to Jesse Waters the other night, and he has a staff of 10, and some of them even get their hair done. That's what I want, Vic. So when we get really big, that's what I want. I want a hair person.
I'll come on every day if I'm getting my hair and makeup done.
Right? That's
every morning.
I want my hair and makeup done. Okay, Vic?
Okay.
Put that on your list.
Put that on your list.
We want it, baby. Give us the uplighting.
That's right.
Could you imagine if you walked around with your own lighting crew?
That would be amazing.
That would be fun.
That would be awesome.
If you do, you have to give Joe a shot to be your lighter.
Of course.
Because he'd carry all these with you, like you have in the studio.
Yes, like the beauty dishes and the ring lights, and I just want it all.
I mean, I'm responsible for the lighting right now, and apparently it's like washing her out.
No, your lighting is fine. It's my brain. We are women. So we have days where we just wake up and nothing is working. It's like my hair doesn't look right. My clothes don't fit right. Why does my lipstick look like that? Like we just have days where we'll pick apart ourselves like head to toe. And I think I'm just having one of those days.
Yeah.
You know, it's like somebody be like, why are you so crabby? I'm like, I don't even know. Like my pants don't fit right and this and that. And well, now I'm crabby because he's here.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You were crabby. Well, and I had a day earlier this week, and I normally didn't. And all of a sudden, Joe goes, "Are you all right, Lizzie? Are you all right?" Because I was like messing with my hair and doing all this, and finally, it fell even on air, and I just left it.
Lizzie, if you can get a hairstylist to come in here every morning and fix your hair and makeup, we can do a trade. If they want to come in here, we can promote them. And
okay.
I think you look great, but that's what guys say a lot. They're like,
I do know some hair and makeup people that might be interested.
Okay, well, you call them and tell them we're trading.
Women will ask guys, how do I look? And we're like, you look great. But really. And then they'll continue to ask.
I know.
Ladies.
Yeah.
I don't do that though.
I try not to. I try not to say anything with all the guys in here to come in here and be all drama. How's my hair? How's my hair?
Well, I'm here now, so just ask me how your hair is.
Okay, good.
And Kelly, you're kind of a big deal because I think that's why Eric came in today. Eric, I was told that you did a concert last night.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm
you're
impressed that you're here
on a freaking Friday morning after doing a concert.
I feel puffy.
Well, I mean, your PLL concerts are so high energy. And then to come in today, I'm very impressed.
Oh, I used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
I used to do it all the time.
I need to come to a concert now that I'm trying to leave the house.
Yeah, you've got to come.
Perfect. Saturday night, Bottleneck Blues Bar.
You've got to.
Ameristar.
Well.
See, they all do that, Vic.
No.
They all do that.
I have plans for the first time in my whole entire life already on Saturday.
She's going to Dogwood Social for her
Yes.
Oh, my God. What the is wrong with you?
I don't
How
know.
much bocce ball can you play? Not enough.
Well, I don't even know what that is. I don't leave the house, you guys.
Come on, man.
I've got an idea.
Come on, man.
Dogwood Social is only about a mile and a half away from. Well, no, it's not.
Okay, yeah. What time does your band start?
From the highway.
Well, look, let
and
me
then you take Highway 70 over to Ameristar.
Is this your first date with the guy?
It's not a date. I'm going with my
haven't even-
girlfriends.
We haven't even gotten it. I was waiting for you to get here.
All right, hold on.
We're waiting for you.
So you're
We're
going
gonna
out with your
talk.
girlfriends on Saturday night?
Yes,
What? How many?
like 6 of them.
I'll put you guys on the guest list. Here's what you do.
Be careful
then do
about
it.
that.
Then do it, though. It's great. He's
I'll put
put
you on
us
the
on
guest
the
list.
guest list,
Yeah.
and I love going to
Yeah.
these concerts. Do it, Kelly. Do it.
You'll have a good time. And
Do
then
it.
here's what you do. You just you roll up to a sushi bar about 6.
Okay, I don't
Go-
eat sushi.
Well, you go get
Do
sushi.
they have chicken nuggets?
Huh?
Do they have chicken nuggets?
Yes.
She's a chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, applesauce kind of girl.
Okay. All right. You want to go there? Well, then you go to the Country Kitchen
Okay.
or wherever that is. Do they even have those anymore? And then you guys look like you're going out to kill. And then you get your chicken nuggets.
Oh, you
and-
mean I got to dress like
Yes!
that? No.
Come on, man. Yes.
I can already see the slow-mo video of Kelly and her crew walking down.
Yes, that's what I was.
Eric,
The
I know.
slow motion
The
thing
slow
coming like.
motion in Kelly's.
Yes.
I will be in a
Mhm.
hoodie and leggings.
Yeah.
Like most likely.
Yeah.
I'm not
Eric wears leggings on stage.
I sure do.
I'm not a dresser upper.
Okay, so one of the listeners, her name is Lori, and she listens all the time.
Mhm.
She wants to come out, and she wants to know if she can be on that list. And
Absolutely. It'll be my Christmas gift to all the little elves out there.
What
Yes.
time does your band start?
It starts at 8.
Okay, because we were.
but they
Perfect.
go
It
to
is
11.
perfect.
Then you can go gamble. And then if you
Oh, I don't
really
gamble.
and then if you really want to rock and roll for the whole night,
No,
you can
don't.
go to the Circle Bar and close it down at 3 in the morning.
I would like to be home by 11. That's my.
See?
That's,
Well, you can still get 3 hours into
Yes.
a concert.
Yes.
By then.
Yeah.
So you can. You got to do it.
yeah, we were
Anyway.
going to go watch some of the hockey game, but I'll see if they want to migrate over.
The
to-
hockey game. Okay.
It's just Blues Blackhawks.
They-
It's just.
They have it on
No
the
big
screens
deal.
in there.
Oh,
Absolutely.
they do? Well, then maybe we'll just move the location. I'll
So-
talk to
Yeah.
the girls. It's not a big deal.
How did the first date go?
I didn't have a date.
Okay, let
You're
me
blushing, so you
Let
did.
me set the
I
stage.
didn't have a
For
date.
our listeners and viewers, a few weeks ago when Kelly was on, we came up with this idea to set her up because you're more open to maybe seeing what's out there.
I'm dipping my toe in the water.
Yeah, just dipping a little
Yeah.
bit. And then when the show ended,
Well, you guys wanted to do a dating contest.
yes.
Yeah, that sucked that we can't do that.
And we were going to do this. And then after the show, you said, oh, well, there's a guy.
Yeah.
I knew the guy. And I'm like, he's a perfect match, in my humble opinion, for what I know right now.
Uh-huh.
And then somehow, some way, because you get things done, you're Kelly getting things done, Manno. You had
Except for t-shirts.
you
can't
had
get those things
you
done.
had a date with this guy.
It was not. First of all,
I'm sorry. That is like it stresses me out. Anyway, go ahead.
it's not a date. Second of all, I'm very confident he does not listen to this show because he's working right now. Because if he was, I would fall over and die. But Vic and I have a mutual friend that we used to work with.
Mhm.
That I always really liked this guy, like just as a person, because I was married when we knew each other. But he's one of those guys I always thought, why is he single?
Ooh.
How has nobody snagged him up yet?
Yeah.
That's how men look at women who are 40 and have never been married with kids.
Let me think.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
that's
so
right.
that's all. I've always just really liked him as a person.
Mhm.
And then we bullshit back and forth over Facebook Messenger a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to describe it. Maybe Vic can help me, but he's a pretty laid back, nonchalant. No,
Let's do.
Look, he knows what he's getting
the
into.
problem is this.
I think I scared him. Go on.
Well, you kind of let the cat out of the bag, but you didn't. You said it's somebody who you and I used to work with, so people are already on the line going, oh, so now he's at Fox too.
No, he's a technical director.
well,
right?
yeah, but there's a lot of people who work at
Correct.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
air and off air.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that.
the building is gigantic. And like I
Correct.
said, I know he doesn't listen to this show because we talked about, stuff he listens to and he watches prison shows on YouTube. I don't know. But he doesn't, he's got, anyway. So
Maybe that's why he's not with
Okay, wait a
anybody.
minute. Vic. Hold on. Let me. So maybe you
I
haven't
think
been.
I
On,
s-
maybe you haven't been on a date.
We went to lunch, but
Okay.
That's a lunch date.
I think I scared him, and I'm going to be. You guys got to be completely honest with me. This is not a thing. This is not a thing where you handle me. Where you handle me with like kid gloves and you're like, oh, of course, Kelly. I honestly want to know what you guys think because
we'll tell you the truth.
He had asked me on a Wednesday to hang out the following Wednesday for lunch. He's like, this is, I get off work at this time and we'll have lunch or something. I'm like, great. So like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we texted a little bit, just bullshit back and forth. Nothing about seeing each other, just random stuff. And then on Sunday night, I texted him and I said, hey, are we still on for Wednesday? Like, I don't have any details. Like, let me know. And he wrote me back and he's like, yeah, I'll call you. I'm at the store right now, but I'll call you and let you know. So that was on Sunday night. So Sunday night came and went, no call. Monday came and went, no call. Tuesday, come and went, no call. Now I'm in the world where I completely understand how much men ghost women. Like it's such a thing and a problem. And that's what I assumed he was doing. So by 10 a.m. on Wednesday, I had texted him and I said, hey, like I can read between the lines. Like this is ridiculous. You're way too old to be acting like this.
Wow.
Yeah. I said, you're way too old to be ghosting. Like, how do I get ghosted by somebody I know in real life?
That's right. Call it, be direct. I'm black and white too.
Right. I didn't call him any names. I just said, you're too old for this. And if you would have just told me that you didn't want to hang out, it would have been fine. And then he wrote me back. He's like, no, I still want to hang out. And I was like, well, of course you do now because you know that I'm pissed. Well, then he picked up the phone like it was 1995.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. All right, keep going. Sorry.
And then I thought, okay, if he's calling me on the phone, then he really did. He's like, no. I thought we said we were hanging out Wednesday. So I thought we were hanging out Wednesday. I didn't think there was anything more to do. And then he said the cutest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. He's like, I swear to God, I didn't even wear sweatpants today. You can ask anybody I work with. That's how I knew I was going to see you. So I didn't wear sweatpants. And that was like his big argument with that.
But he didn't wear sweatpants.
He's like, if I was going to cancel on you, I would have worn sweatpants because that's what I wear every day. And I was like, all right, fine. So we'll go out or whatever. So we went to lunch. We had the best lunch. We just talked for like 2 hours straight. And then after that, like I haven't heard a ton. He texted me yesterday and was like, oh my God, you got to hear this song by some like a Post Malone thing or whatever. And then I said, because I'm kind of a forward girl. I said, hey, when are we going to hang out again?
Oh boy.
And he just said, he's like, I got a lot of time next week. So, I'll let you know, whatever. So I'm trying to decide if I scared him with the whole like being mad thing, like, oh, crazy girl,
But didn't you say that before you went out though?
Yeah, no. But I think that still he's such a laid back guy.
I guarantee he has not dealt with, dated, talked with a woman like this.
No, he hasn't. 100%.
But it takes the right guy. I love direct.
Yes.
And some guys do, some guys don't. He's very laid back, kind of like Eric in a sense where if he's like, hey, we got a date Wednesday, I'll see you Wednesday. I don't need to like do the texting.
Right. And I told him because he could not wrap his brain around why I was mad. We were like even laughing in the car.
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Texting.
Yes.
Right there. Here we go.
100%.
This is common sense 101 right here. Back in the day, you're the star child of Gen X. That's the bottom line. You remember you would walk into your house. There would be a phone on the wall. You'd pray that there was a message. Hey, call me back.
Yeah.
Gen Z millennials, they are fixated with this damn thing. And if they don't see that little text, if they don't see the little button by the person, that it drives them freaking nuts.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I still call people. If I miss you, I'm going to call you. I'm going to be like, I just want to hear your voice. How are you doing? You good? Yeah, let me tell you something real fast. Okay, I got to go. I'll call you back. That's enough to hold anybody over for hours.
Yeah.
Texting is enough to hold you over for 1 minute.
Well, that is a great analogy. I agree with that.
That is a great point. But I thought I was really patient. I am not a high maintenance girl. I don't need constant attention. But for me to text on Sunday and say, what's the plan on Wednesday? And for him to say on Sunday, I'll call you.
I want to talk to him.
And then I don't hear anything until Wednesday. No, he is. Listen, he is. He is the human form of like a golden retriever. He is one of the nicest. You are not allowed to speak with him.
Well, people on our chat line want you to call him. That would be good.
I know.
No.
Well, no, you can't do that right now. He's working. He's literally working.
Oh, he's a TD, for God's sakes. Come on, man.
I think this is great advice here, Kelly.
Because what do I do now?
Here, I like what Donna said. Donna said, just ghost him for a while and see what happens.
I can't.
Now you're getting into games.
Yes, Eric, 100%.
You're right.
Come on,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Do you want to be in a game where you're trying to figure out how do I win?
But where does she go next?
You just hit the typewriter.
Does she call him next?
You knocked me back.
Well, I texted him and said, hey, are we going to hang out again? And so that's like as far as I'm going to go is like just doing that. And then I hope that he does. And that's why. So here's the thing. I'm not super interested in dating. I've got plenty of options should I want to.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, good. And because I've seen some of your options that you've shown us on the show.
I've gotten better ones.
And and so those were like on a scale of 1 to 10, like level 2.
Yeah, no, these are pretty good.
Okay.
These are pretty good. I've got some good ones. And so, but the point is that like some of those guys are like, if I were to be like, hey, do you want to hang out? They'd be like, hell yes, I do. When? Like they're like, hell yes.
You've answered your question.
But okay.
Even though as much as a this guy is so laid back, unassuming.
But we'd be so good together.
Don't ever make a guy do this in the beginning of a relationship, but don't ever make him go, damn, if they do that, it's bad. It's a seed. If you put it into the soil, you can either have the good seed put into the soil or the damn seed put in there. If you put the damn seed in there, it will grow and it will it'll make the guy a little bit insecure. It'll make him like, I don't know if I want to do this. If you're just like, here's a picture of my coffee cup on the thing. Can't wait to talk to you again. You will have him. I'm telling you.
Texting now, coffee cup.
If you call and just say, I just want to hear your voice. I just want to hear your voice. How you doing? I'm good. I'm really busy. Can I call you back? Absolutely. You want to go get a latte later today?
I think that he is. I think he knows that we would be a great match. We had a great time, but I don't think he's like in a hurry. He's just like me in that he's completely self-efficient being single. Like he can handle all the stuff. He's not dying for a girlfriend, nothing like that. So he's not in a hurry, which is fine. And I'm not in a hurry, but it's hard when he's so nonchalant.
Don't
and
use
I have
the
guys.
Word ghosting. Don't use the word ghosting. You don't know what the other guy's doing or the other chick is doing.
Great point,
she
Eric.
might be
As
soon as you put the word ghosting in your head, you're like, I am being ghosted, a tangible thing. That might not be it at all. And you're putting fantasies into your mind. He might be like, man, I'm in the back of a truck working and sweating my ass off right now.
Because right now I'm like shielding off, like, no, I'm not going to date you or you because I'm waiting because I feel like the reason that I told Vic that I'm like, let's just put off the dating thing for like a week or two, only because like I really something in my gut is like, give this guy a full shot. Like
he's worth the shot.
Don't half-ass do it. Don't be talking to other guys. Don't do this. Don't do that. Like everything.
The juice is worth the squeeze.
There you go. Whatever you said.
That. Yeah.
Put memories in his mind. You got go to the hockey game. Go to do something. Screw this dating thing.
Scared him. I don't know. I don't know.
Help me out here, brother. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm a girl, and I like what you're saying. About just send a nice picture now or something.
That's
to say, hey, I saw this and thought of you. Hope you're having a good day.
I sent him a cute kitty cat with hearts in her eyes. I don't do that.
Here, what about
because
this?
he like cats. So.
I don't, but he said like, well, we'll hang out next week. And it was like a little kitty cat that said like patiently waiting or whatever. So like I've made it pretty obvious I like him.
What about this?
It's over because I sent the kitty cats?
No, it's over.
No, to the kitty cats.
If I saw that, I'd be like, see ya.
What? Why?
No. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
All these women play games.
Here, you want to not play a game?
I don't play games.
Watch this. I got 2 tickets to the Blues game. I got an Emo's Pizza coupon. Let's go. Seriously.
Yeah, and he'd probably
and
be
you
like,
know what? That's what guys like. Yeah. Guys do not want to have, can I put you on the calendar next Tuesday at 6:00? Guys hate that.
I know they hate that.
It's like, dude, are you working? No, I get off at 5. Kick ass because I'll be there at 5:30. Don't shower. We're going to the Blues game.
Okay, I wish I could, I wish so badly I could be like that, but that's not how my life operates. No, I am so busy, but I will make time for people that I want to see. Like it's kind of like I always live my like thinking about dating life. It's like if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah.
If he wanted to call, he would. If he wanted to see you, he would. But I don't know if it's that he doesn't want to or that, again, he's just such a nonchalant guy and he's not in a hurry and he kind of thinks, well, if it happens, it'll happen.
I'm going to sum it up for you, Kelly, real quick. Here it is.
What?
You reached out. You have gone overboard reaching out.
Yes.
You can't reach out anymore.
Got it.
Okay.
Boom, right there.
And then the second part of this
There it is.
he messaged you out of the blue yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's a positive.
Yeah.
Let him, he said next week.
Yeah.
So let him contact you next week.
So
And you
if-
guys,
In
you
the
guys-
meantime, look at the other options.
You
It's
guys-
so hard
We
for me.
need to do the dating game just for entertainment
Oh,
purposes.
come on, guys.
But see, I'll like fall in love. Like I'm such a relationship girl. That's also why I've been like avoiding dating people.
What's wrong with that?
Well, because I don't know. I would.
But wait a minute. Look how far Kelly's come in just a month.
I'm really proud of her.
I mean, she went
really proud
from
of her.
never wanting to even spend a moment with another man
To having a
cons-
lunch.
to
I
considering
didn't
it
see
and
it
then
that
having
way.
a lunch.
I didn't see it that way. I saw
I
it
know,
as
you did. You're right.
I saw it as a positive. Like, we like each other. We love each other. I'm just going to sleep in my room. You're going to sleep in your room. I didn't even think of it as a breakup. I was like,
Oh my God, yes.
you know what I mean?
No.
I just thought of it as like, this is just quality of life type of readjustments.
No, and he's gonna get an apartment and stuff. Like we're like all of that is in motion.
Okay, well, that's cool too.
We're just not in a hurry because again, I haven't had like if I were dating someone and they're like, hey, it's really weird that your ex-husband is sleeping one bedroom over. Well, yeah, then we would make plans to change that and move it along. But
And so you guys are on the 1 week. You guys are on the 1 week buffer. So the more you become a couple, the more those days will slide closer together.
me and who?
You- The new guy,
The
whatever
new
his guy. Vic.
Mhm.
See, you guys are on the out. Let's look at this next week. Okay, let's look at it. The more you guys start to love each other, you'll be like, I can't wait to see you at 6 o'clock today,
Yeah.
and then wake up with you tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning.
How did the lunch date end? Did you guys hug each other?
Yeah.
No, because it was very we hugged when we saw each other for the first time. And then he had to drop me off my car because I scheduled my car to be in the shop because I didn't think we were going to go on this date.
Yeah.
So as a matter of fact, when he called me, he's like, no, I still want to go. I said,
Mhm.
well, I can't meet you because I got my car repaired because I didn't think you were coming today. And he's like, well, I'll come get you. I'll drive to you.
Mhm.
And so he drove all the way to me. So I just I think he's just an adorable human. And
Okay.
I want to give it.
Are you physically attracted
There
to
you
him?
go.
Oh my God, he's adorable.
Okay.
He
Like-
is
like-
ad-
like-
He looked good in those khakis.
Like a Cabbage
He did.
Patch adorable, like a Cabbage Patch adorable, or like a
No.
Sylvester Stallone
like
adorable?
a hunky mustache man adorable.
yeah,
like
he's like
like a
what she was-
pizza delivery guy.
Yeah, he's what she's looking for.
Okay.
he's so simple, and I think a lot of people who don't know me well don't know that that's really the core of who I am. That like my life is so busy and chaotic. The last thing I want is another chaotic person.
Can you imagine right now, Vic, if we had access to this kind of a thing, our person that we're trying to court, if we could watch this show?
Yes.
What if
yes.
he comes and watches this show today? Just out of
He's not
you
going to
gotta
watch the
Okay,
show.
wait a minute. Well, what if someone goes, you got to watch this? This is insight into what's going on
Okay.
in her mind.
Should I send it to him?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No. I would crawl under this table and die.
I would love this insight
Do you
into
know
anyone I
how
was
terrified he would probably be that I even like spoke, even though like we haven't said his name and nobody but me and Vic know who he is, and my two neighbors who have been like hyping me up.
Yeah.
They think it's like a Hallmark movie. They're like, Kelly, go watch this Hallmark movie because I don't
watch Hallmark.
my Netflix
It's not real.
like shut down and like powered itself off 3 minutes into the movie. I'm like, see, it's just
there you
not
go.
meant to be.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I agree with Eric and what they're saying is I can see I've been with my husband for 35 years. But even then, men are really just different than women. My husband would like it could have been a little bit of time that went by and then a little bit of time that went by, even way back in the 80s when we dated. But then the more we liked each other, a little bit more and then a little bit more. And then a little bit more. And has he ever been married before? Did you guys say?
No.
See,
No.
he's going to be even, keep that in mind. He's going to be even slower than anyone else.
Mhm.
So so if you want to date him, just my opinion, this is going to be a very slow roll.
I know, but I think that I just want to know that he's interested because right now being really slow tells the girl like,
People-
yeah, I'm not that into this.
Well, people show you who they are, what they want.
Well, and people always say if
That's
a guy,
why you're not going to message him again.
no, I have no problem with that.
Because now it is in his ballpark. If he does not contact
What if she wants to message him? though?
Too bad.
No,
So
I think
sad.
Really?
I think he needs to stop.
Stop. It's
Oh yeah,
over.
no,
Needs to
because
stop.
I sent him the kitty cat heart. Like that's really far for me. Like I'm not even usually that nice, but
You were throwing your kitty cat heart around.
it's
Yeah,
a
you
real
were.
cartoon kitty cat. Thank you.
Yeah. And
Why
that's
do you-
a big
is,
deal.
is calling not a thing anymore? Can you not just call him?
I would call, but I mean, like again, I'm not a giant fan of texting, but it's kind of how you have to communicate to at least get things started. But in normal cases, and Vic, we can move on after this, but in a normal case, if a guy were this nonchalant, I would be like, bzz, I'm out. Like, you're not that into me, not a big deal. Cool, let's move on. But I'm trying to decide, is he not that into me, or is it just who he is, that he's this super laid back, kind of quiet guy that's not that I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I rarely do that.
I can relate with this guy when it comes to that, and I've recently started dating as well, and I can honestly say that I'm in no hurry, and I kind of feel like this guy is probably in the same. He's just not.
Well, he's got a lifestyle
to get anywhere.
He's got a very single lifestyle. It sounds like, and it's
he's
like
very self-sufficient.
Yeah, if you're gonna break him out of a single lifestyle, you got to bring some high heat.
What were you gonna say, Lizzie?
Well, people on the chat line are asking a question, and they're like, maybe he just doesn't want to date you because your husband or your ex-husband still lives there.
No, like we talked all about that, and I'm not like I don't want to be like an exclusive relationship with this guy in like a week. I just want to know if he likes me or not. That's
give me the number. I'll call him right now.
Stop.
Vic, I know you got the number. Just give me the. I'll call him in the other room.
No, I got his number.
Okay.
It's not. But
I'll figure this out.
And then we'll never see Kelly again.
Right.
She's like, I'm not coming on here with you people. But to know you, there's nothing not to like about you. There really isn't.
I don't know.
But I do think it's in his ballpark. Not. No, she's adorable. Yeah. She's an absolute adorable person.
But I could also be a lot. Like I'm a lot. I'm a handful, and he has a very simple. But like I'm not a high maintenance girl.
Has he seen all your videos in your social media?
He doesn't even have TikTok. He's learning a little bit about it. Like he just thinks he's seen. Like I'm just.
He doesn't know what your job is.
No, not really. He's just a girl I used to work with.
Does he know you have millions of followers?
We kind of talked about it. Yeah, he didn't really grasp it.
Damn.
And that's why, like, so I know he's not in a hurry. And let me be clear, I'm not in a hurry, but also, like, I know what's in front of me. Like, I know a good guy when I see it, and I want to snatch his ass up before some soccer mom does.
Oh, boy.
So that's...
How long has he been single? Has he been just
years?
You got time.
That's what I said.
You know, you got time. You got time.
No, his kid plays soccer. One of them soccer moms are going to see him and be like... Because I don't know how he stayed single this long. That's all. I think he's a nice guy. I want to give it.
Some of us know how to stay off of radars.
I want to give it a fair shot. And if I don't hear from him this week, then we will move forward with the dating show. How about that?
Okay. That sounds good.
Did you hear that? Start putting it together.
Yeah.
I would start thinking about it.
So, okay, you guys being guys, do you think she'll hear from him in this week?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
I think she will.
Yeah,
you do?
Yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely.
It won't be expedited. That's the thing.
Right.
Well, my girlfriends that I talked to, Molly and Lisa, they're like, girl, you're going to have to just take the reins. Like, you're going to have to.
You did.
I know.
I agree, but I think you already took the reins, and I think it's now in his ballpark, just so that you know for sure.
Yeah, but you can't live a relationship on texting,
and we won't. He's not like that at all.
Definitely wait.
Fun.
Definitely wait for him to contact you. At this point,
yeah,
you've done everything you could, and I guarantee he's gonna contact you.
I will say this: you can, if you text. Did you text it to him? Are you ghosting me, or did you talk to him on the phone? Are you ghosting me?
I texted him and said, and that's what I wanted to know is like, was I out of line to be upset because it had been 3 days?
No, you had a legitimate. But here's the deal: if Vic says, or if you said it, hey, are you?
I'll tell you what I said.
Are you ghosting me? It can. If you said, are you ghosting me? Ha ha, laugh. A guy can take it as, hey, dude, are you ghosting me?
I am.
You don't know what the inflection is on that text. You don't understand.
Yeah, I agree.
I am the easiest person on the planet to communicate. I say exactly what I'm thinking all the time. I don't play games.
Here's the thing, though, Kelly. He has residue on him because we all have residue on ourselves.
He's been hurt a lot.
This is what I'm talking about. When you have that residue on you, you don't know who somebody else is yet, or you may operate differently. And of course, women, I'm telling you right now. Yeah, I heard earlier, men ghost, women ghost.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But I would never, I don't know. I would never hurt somebody's heart like that. I'm not.
He hasn't dealt with people like you. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
I don't lie. I don't cheat. I'm in my 40s. I have never cheated on anyone in my whole life, not even a high school boyfriend. Like, it's not in my DNA. I am as loyal as a gang member to people. So it's like, that's why I just think like this could be really good. But then my brains, I said, hey, you said you would call on Sunday. It's Wednesday. I can read between the lines. I was genuinely excited to catch up with you because I always thought you were such a stand-up guy, and now I just feel stupid. If your point in hurting my feelings and ghosting me, if your point in ghosting me was to hurt my feelings, job well done.
And how do you respond?
Oh, shit.
What was the response?
He felt guilty.
He's like, oh my God, no, I'm ready to meet up today. And he's like, I just got wrapped up in soccer games and I just finished work. I even dressed not in sweatpants today.
Well, then
that's a big deal.
And then you went out after that, right?
Oh, he came straight to my house to get me.
Maybe he doesn't want to be pushy on you. You ever think about that?
I think he's just trying to play it safe. You know?
I don't think he's playing any games. I think I've terrified him, is what it is.
Don't put any of the. Right. You're in 2 years into a relationship mindset right now.
I know.
Get out of that.
Yeah.
Bye.
Girls romanticize everything.
You have to trust me.
You've been married for a long time.
Here's what you got to do. You have to do this. You have to. Don't worry about the texting. You need experiences. You need a night in an Italian restaurant. You need a night at the Blues game. You need. Am I lying?
No.
You need one Christmas thing. Go watch the lights. Hey, I'm picking you up at 6.
With him or with other men? You're saying. Oh, okay.
Him. Don't worry about the other guys. Get them out of your mind. Don't worry about them.
One night at PRL.
Yeah, PRL night. We'll get you up on stage. You'll be the Backstreet Girl of the night.
Look, if you see me there Sunday and there's a tall hunky guy with a mustache, then
there is a Backstreet Girl tonight. By the way, that is legitimate.
Yes, come. We'll have
what?
Back. All right.
Yeah, we'll have you'll be the Backstreet. You just heard it here. If she's there, she'll be the Backstreet Girl tonight. How's that sound?
What do I have to do?
Sit there.
Choreography?
Eric knows people who can make that happen.
Yeah.
You come, he will make that happen.
It's a dozen roses.
I literally just
it's a
said
dozen roses for you as long as you put it on your TikTok and give us a lot of promotion.
I just said I don't. I'm like, I don't even want a birthday hat. I don't want to be acknowledged at all. Okay. I just want to go. Like, I don't leave the house very easily. I get spooked. So like, you gotta proceed with caution. So
you're overthinking your life right now, Kelly.
I know.
Listen
it's
to the
because
deep voice.
Us girls, I don't know if you remember Lizzie, because you've been married a long time, but it's fun. We'll meet a guy in a grocery store and we are planning the wedding. Like it's like, oh my God. And then we're going to tell everybody how we met. And
that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Unless it's a woman that is just
not the women I've dated.
Most are.
Like when we go to bed at night.
No, they have not.
When women go to bed at night, we make up scenarios in our brain about romantic
what?
Yes, we make up storylines in our brains about the guys.
This is new to me.
This is new to me.
You guys didn't know that?
She's right. There, maybe there's some people that don't, but that woman is thinking the scenario long term, even if she's not telling you that. No, these days maybe not getting married, but they are thinking long term, and they're also thinking.
Okay, yeah, that makes.
They are. Okay. They're thinking long term, and they're having scenarios in their head for sure. And
guys can think that way too.
God forbid that any other girl comes on your territory, married or not. If you are that person's girl, they are fierce.
If a girl likes you, she is making up scenarios in her head every night before she goes to bed about you. And it could be simple as your first kiss, or we just have these role-playing things in our brain every night when we go to bed. I swear to God.
Yeah. My girlfriend has scenarios of how she's going to kill the groupies.
I've seen it. I've been there with her, and I learned that because some girl came up to me knowing I knew Eric and kept saying, oh, Eric. And so I just thought this was fun. I said, oh, would you like to meet his girlfriend? Hey, Christy, come over. That was so much fun.
Yeah, that does happen. That's a new level of garbage.
Yeah.
Wait, if don't ever go out with a musician, especially one that plays every weekend. Yeah. That will drive you nuts.
No, I'll look.
Or Vic Faust.
I'll help her find
either one of these two. If you go out with either one of these two,
come on.
Girls are always looking at them. But see, I like their significant others, so they're not threatened by me.
Anyone
else, you better be careful.
I will help your girlfriend fight. I got at least one good fight left in me.
She would love that.
She would.
If there's two girls fighting, you have deniable culpability. That wasn't me that gave her the black eye. It was her. It wasn't me. It was her.
Literally, somebody pushed me over the fact I knew Eric, and then Christy was over there, and we talked about this on the show, how there was almost a bar fight, and I've never been in one.
There's some days I'm just waiting.
Fun.
I'm just waiting for someone to swing first. Just waiting.
But that's not you. Look, your smile is you, Kelly.
Yeah,
I know.
I think you're a big talker.
You think?
Yeah.
No, I think she knows what she wants now. She's like, I don't know if I want to be in a relationship or not. And then boom, 2 weeks later, she goes, yes, I do now.
I don't want to be in a relationship. I feel like I found a needle in a haystack.
You can't have it both ways. You can't. You are in the stage, and then I'll let Vic take. You're in the organic stage. You're in the organic stage. Nothing's planned out. Nothing's on paper. You have to develop the relationship the way you see it, not 2 years from now, but 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
If you want to, you could have a whole series of events, and you need a guy wants nostalgia.
Yeah,
a guy wants to be. I mean, I really miss. Isn't that true? I really miss her. That was a lot of fun the other night. That was cool. Mm-hmm. That's how a guy builds up his thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. A guy doesn't care about texting. A guy doesn't care about anything. Mm-hmm. There's no fantasy in a guy's brain. The guy is like, I could see myself with this chick. I could see myself with this chick.
So I'll text her in 2 weeks.
No. See, you're putting timelines on it again. Don't worry about that.
Again, I have super hot guys that are like, let's go out, Kelly. And I'm like, well, hang on.
You just said hot guys.
If you're ready for something quick, go for it.
No. I just want the mustache man to like me. That's all.
I'm sure he does.
He does.
You just have to accept his way of liking you.
He does.
Moving at the pace of a snail.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, that's what most of us older guys
I know guys, literally, they have a ton of cash.
Yeah.
I know guys that are literally like, what are you doing? Hi, what's up? How are you doing? What's your name? Hey, you want to get on a jet and go to the Cabo San Lucas? I mean, I know guys that will move that fast. Is that what you want?
Hell no. The greatest thing about me and this guy.
That works with a lot of women, but not Kelly.
I've seen it twice. One of my friends did it twice in the last month.
So, Vic, and was it 2 different girls too?
Yeah,
right?
2 different.
Yeah,
chicks.
you don't want that one.
But it's an adventure for him.
Here's how much he and I have in common. We were sitting at lunch and we were just talking and everything. I mean, we have all the same values and everything. And I said, by the way, like, I don't like to travel. Like, I don't fly. I don't want to leave the country. And he goes, I've never owned a passport. And I'm like, this is perfect. Like,
See, you're putting all the good things in the bucket.
You're building it up. You're building it up.
Yes, yep. Right. What he said.
So you mean it's not meant to be married because he doesn't have a passport?
No, because no one
45.
Okay.
There's no way you're going to find anybody that has all the positives in a bucket. There's negatives too.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, in a world of douchebags, guys, like, he's not one.
No, he's not. That's the problem that he's got.
That's why I'm trying so hard. That's why I'm patient.
I've confirmed it from another guy too.
Not texting you back is not make a douchebag.
Well, let me tell you this. So when I told Vic, I was like, hey. Well, because I had been kind of talking to a couple other guys, just talking. We might hang out. We don't know. But when I told Vic, I'm like, hey, you remember so-and-so that we used to work with? I have lunch with him next week. And Vic looked me straight in the eye and he goes, drop every other guy and just go out with him first.
I remember that. Yeah.
Just go. Just ignore everyone else. He's that good of a guy that he deserves a fair shot.
Yeah.
And then circle back to the other guys if it doesn't work out.
Have you asked for advice on the TikToks?
No, too many
This is a good one. I'm telling you right now.
Oh my God, that
you
it already. But
this
here's the
is
thing:
a good
people
one.
know this. This sounds exhausting, though, if you're trying to talk to multiple guys at the same time.
I don't.
Oh yeah,
being a mom, you're at hockey rinks all the time. Your kids are, that's your deal.
Yeah.
That's your main priority, and you show it. And that's the other guy's main priority, too.
And I don't think he comprehends truly how busy I am. Like I said, he doesn't even have TikTok. He doesn't he doesn't really get all of this. So I think that's part of it, too.
Yeah. He'll get it because he works in the TV industry.
Now, he
works. And by the way, I need to confirm something. It is not Elliot Davis.
Somebody did ask that on the channel.
Damn. Dual star power. They could have had Wonder Twin rings.
Yeah, that would be great.
Eric's dream scenario just went bye-bye.
He's never coming in now. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Because after all, Kelly, you paid for it.
You
paid for it, Kelly. Oh my God.
I don't want to start dating these other guys and then him come around 2 weeks later and be like, hey, weren't we going to hang out? And I'll be like, damn it, I wanted to.
Yeah, then you have that.
And then it's just 2 weeks. And think about it. It's Christmas week.
True. Very true.
You don't need to date anyone
Just
else.
have patience.
Just another reason to hate Christmas.
For Ellie.
You understand, patience is the one thing I have none of.
I know it's tough.
None of. Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Will you be the alpha? Will you be the alpha male in the relationship?
I don't want to anymore.
But is this guy?
She's been the alpha male.
Is this guy move slow? Is he kind of like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I mean, is he a slow moving cat?
Yep.
He likes to go to work. He's blue collar.
Yes.
You're the alpha male then.
I don't want to be.
I'm sorry. It's just that's something you got to think about.
So tired of being
You move
alpha
fast.
male.
He moves slow.
But maybe that slow guy will, once a relationship would start, they could be the alpha, but it's not in the way you see it.
It's an alpha in a different way.
Yeah, they're just slower. My husband is
like your
definitely an alpha.
No,
No, he is.
I'm saying I agree. This guy reminds me of Dave.
Yes, and that's a good type of an alpha. My husband is the boss.
I still think this
alpha,
is a good thing.
All of this.
I feel like it
But he's
is.
Yeah, I do.
Are you ready to say, what are you doing on the couch? You need to go outside and do the lawn work.
No,
because that's what will happen with slow guys. That's
no. He's so self-sufficient. Like he has his own house. He's got just.
When men have had an opportunity to take care of everything themselves, it's different because you have trained yourself to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've taken care of everything myself because even with Jimmy being, nothing bad about him being a husband, but he travels all the time. He's almost never home, and so I've always kind of done everything, and he brings home, the bread and helps in other ways. But
you're at a time when you look.
He's not the guy in the backhoe. Let's just put it that way.
You need experiences right now. That's what you need.
But I don't want experience. I don't want to date.
You need to go.
I just want to find.
She's different, Eric.
I want to find the chapter 2 and then just
different.
Go.
I agree with you, but she's different.
I don't want to date. I don't want to meet new people. I don't want to meet strangers.
That's the spice of life, though, is to be with your significant other and go to the airport and go to the beach or go to the symphony or go to
the dating phase.
Eric, you're right.
It's awful.
But this is Kelly.
If you met this guy, you would be like,
she hates fun.
Yeah. If you met him, you would be like, oh, this completely makes sense. They're perfect. I'll be like, hey, you want to hang out and watch Netflix and do nothing all night?
Yeah.
But it's just. I did hear a great pickup line the other day. It said, I don't want to Netflix and chill. I want to Hulu and do you.
Okay.
Do you?
The Netflix made me think, I don't want to Netflix and chill. I want to Hulu and do you.
Maybe you should try that one out on him.
Yeah. Say, do you watch Netflix or Hulu? That's based on what we're going to be doing.
That might be what you need is just a big icebreaker,
Yeah.
Now, if you go to those, dating sites, if you go to a dating, like a Christian Mingle or one of those, they do ask you things like, do you like Netflix or Hulu? Which one do you prefer? And there's a psychological reason for each one of those things.
Really?
I did not know that.
I mean, they get into the nitty gritty of all that garbage.
Yeah.
And they can profile you to go, all right, this is your perfect mate. And then that is how they do it.
Yeah, I turned my Bumble off. I tried.
Oh, that's right.
I tried it as
Bumble
in an experiment.
Good job.
And
get away from Bumble.
I made it 10 days, I think.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fun. And there was one guy that I met that we both loved hockey and we happened to both be watching the game at the same time. There's very normal people on there. It's just not in my nature to meet a stranger.
He's not the guy that sent you the pic below the waist.
No.
Okay.
No.
I heard that's very common for women to get, though.
Oh, I begged
within the first 5 minutes of a conversation.
Yeah, well, we showed it on the air that guy that would not stop wanting to send me a picture of his dick, and I'm like, I don't want to see it.
But I've also heard stories of women they don't want dick pics, but they want to know so they don't waste time.
Well, yeah, no, there's definitely both types out there. That's why it's still happening.
Stop. Okay, just a minute. What do you mean? Do you mean that they don't want to waste time if he has a small penis?
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I just speak up for a damn second for the small girls of the world? Not all of us want a big old
damn.
Okay.
You made him laugh.
I've heard that.
Listen to me.
Yeah, that's a misnomer that all girls want.
Why are we acting like that? The big dicks are so much work. Why? Why?
It's a good point.
Why are women putting this thing out there that we want these? Jesus Christ! No. Oh. Because just like men are built different, so are women.
Yeah. Correct.
Some of us don't have as long of a runway to land on.
That's a good.
So that is a very good analogy.
From now on,
and it all depends on the woman's previous experiences too. Unfortunately,
I'm going to start asking for dick pics.
Oh my god!
I want to see if it is even over 5 inches.
Oh my
go
god!
away.
You have just opened Pandora's box.
You better not have a 6-incher. It's 5 inches or
run.
less.
I will run the minute I see it. I'll be like,
You don't need the pic. Can't you just have the specs? It's like a spec sheet, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's a spec sheet.
One guy did send a spec sheet through under the khakis. Look, you can tell.
Yeah, because these guys want to brag about it. They're like, I'm like, I am 5'1". I am a petite girl. Why do you think I want that? Where do you think that's going? Not in here.
There's probably some 5'1" that do.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I just want to speak for all women, or to let the men know out there that not all women want big wieners.
That's true.
Well,
God, I think my mom is listening today.
Well, and Donna said small isn't always better. Big isn't always better. It's not the size that matters. It's how you use it.
And let me give you another thing before I know he's about to wrap something.
No,
but
I'm not.
here's the deal. Here's the deal.
I'm just
guys, listen to me, ladies.
Everyone
listen to me.
different.
Listen up to Eric
Everybody
Johnson,
get
right
real close to the speakers.
Here we go.
Okay, let's go. We're listening.
Guys want to laugh. They want humor. They want to, that is how they equate. If they're laughing, they are with you forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
True.
You could have made him mad that morning. If you make him laugh, if you can solve everything, not with sex, but with laughter
Yes, I
and
agree.
humor.
I'm the
Period.
funniest motherfucker I know. So
You
I
are.
mean,
But then you're halfway home. You're
It's-
halfway home.
Yes.
so if I make him laugh and if
Yes.
he doesn't have a giant
That's
schlong,
why I was concerned when you had that text about the ghosting. That doesn't make anyone laugh. That makes you go. It makes you anxiety. It gives me like palpitations.
right? But it had been 3 days, so I think
Eric,
that was.
Eric, I think I'm going to need a little more as a man.
Well, no, I'm not saying you have to. That's the key to
Laughter is the
ignition.
key. Correct.
It's the
It
key.
is the key. And for
That's the
females,
gasoline,
too.
baby.
Laughter
That
is
starts the fire.
everything.
Laughter
Everything.
Guys want to laugh.
Yeah.
And girls
They
want a
wanna
normal sized dick.
Oh,
But us guys, we do have egos.
yeah. You got to always remember the egos too. But that's a good thing. A guy that's not a narcissist. Now, hear me again. Narcissist and a big ego is different. But a girl likes to be with a guy with a big ego. I like big ego.
Oh
guys.
my God, I was waiting where you were going with that.
I know
like-
that
I like-
was close to the edge.
Is that close? Okay. Yeah. I didn't say a big, private part. I just said a big ego.
Yeah.
I don't like big egos. I like big confidence.
There you go.
Guys
Okay,
that are
yes,
confident.
There you go.
in
That's
whatever
better
they're
said.
doing.
Better said.
And so yeah, I just
Yes, I agree. Much confidence. You
Yeah.
want a confident guy. No, a female does not want a
wishy-washy,
now.
wet
Make a
blanket.
decision, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want someone to put my ass in my place, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Well, because so many men are just intimidated by me.
Is
Do you
Kelly
like-
looking for a daddy?
Ew. No.
That's a fair question. That is a
I
fair
mean,
It
question.
is. That's what it sounds like. It really does.
I think that there's a way for a man to be like possessive, but like not in a psycho way.
I
Like,
get it.
that's
Correct.
hot. Like that's super
I
hot.
agree.
Mm.
Like
So
masculinity.
we're talking like 50 Shades of Grey type of stuff.
No.
You're just talking about like
No,
if you
I
go,
get what you're
hey, I
saying.
want to go to Taco Bell right now. He'll go, Kelly, we can go to Taco Bell in 25 minutes, not right now.
That's
that
hot.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, got it. That's what she's
Mhm.
looking for. She's not talking 50 Shades
Yeah.
of Grey. She's talking about make a decision and put her off for a second. Even about Taco Bell.
I thought she was about
Kelly
talking
wants somebody to smack her ass.
about-
Yeah, well,
or
I
choke her
want somebody
out.
to open the door for me
Mhm.
as a gentleman and then smack my ass when I go through.
That's what I
There you
thought.
go.
Balance.
There you go.
Mhm.
He's this guy, when it gets to the physical stuff, he's the pro. That's why we call him Pro Joe.
Yeah, there you go. Pro Joe. There he is.
So many meanings to that word.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yes, it is.
I can't handle a man that I can just run right over. Like it's not my thing.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
yeah.
That's true.
Mhm.
That explains why some of my relationships went south.
Why?
Whoa.
I don't know. I was very run overable.
Oh, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like alpha
Yeah, you need
females.
to not be so
Right.
overable.
Alpha
Yeah.
females, we will test
I've
you.
learned.
We will
yeah.
puff out our chest and test you, and we want you to shut us down.
Mhm.
Like we really do. And again, not in a psycho way, but
Correct.
in a like, hey, you're not the only one who makes decisions in this damn house.
Correct.
Like I make these decisions too, and we're going to come to a compromise.
Mhm.
So
So it's weird. Relationships.
They are.
It's
Relationships
the
are weird.
one thing in life that you can't just say, I'm going to get it. I mean, you can get a plane because
Yeah.
if you go and work hard enough, you can get a Lamborghini, you can get a
Yeah.
house that's 42 stories.
Correct.
But a relationship, and we just saw with her, she's coming out of the house going, I want a relationship. I'm going to the supermarket of dudes.
Mhm.
It doesn't work that way.
mhm.
You might find one, but that's when it just starts.
You know
You're
what?
like, I like what it looks like, but he ghosted me. I mean, it's so many little barriers to make a relationship work. Once you get past the barriers, it's never smooth sailing, but
No.
at least it's a relationship at that point.
Yeah.
And I think that the worst part of it is the media, is the texting. That is so unromantic. It is.
I agree.
It is.
I agree.
It's
I agree.
so open to interpretation.
Mhm.
If you are on the phone with them, you can hear the laughter in their voice. You can hear
100%.
the love in their
agree.
voice. You can hear the madness in their voice. You can hear it all. That's why Gen Z and millennials
have problems.
sucks so bad.
Right.
I'm not a huge texter. Even when Vic, if I text him and it takes him a while to get back, he's like, hey, I'm so sorry it took me so long. I'm like, why are you apologizing?
Yeah.
You have a life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a millennial or like a Gen Z. You don't have to apologize for taking too long to get back to me on text. But
I'll give you an example. I voice to text. I have screwed up voice to text so bad that I piss people off.
Yeah.
What is this supposed to mean?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. That was a voice to text.
Right.
It wasn't asshole. It was like, what time are you going to be here?
I think texting is fantastic for informational purposes. What time are we meeting? Do you want to go here?
Yes.
But texting is not for conversations.
Correct.
So that's where I kind of draw the line, because sometimes you'll be in the middle of a text conversation with someone and they'll just be gone. And it's like, what did I do? What did I say? And they're like, oh no, I got in the shower. Well, maybe just mention that. Just be like, hey, I'm dropping off for a minute.
Well, goes to you guys. The worst is when you get in a fight on text.
I won't do that. I'll pick up the phone right away.
Have you ever read? I have literally reams of fights on text.
Oh God,
and
no.
it's like, oh my God, why can't we just stop, go get a beer, and talk this out?
I agree.
No. Jimmy knows anytime we get in an argument, I'm like, you better not be writing a novel right now, because I'm not reading all that. We can talk in person. I'm not reading that shit right now.
Yes.
Yeah. My husband's like that too. And we've been together for 35 years. If we have things we have to go to, somewhere to be. But if I start any conversation that has nothing to do with facts of where we're going, he doesn't answer. And I'll be like, why didn't you answer that?
Oh, then he just pissed you off.
No, I'm not. I'm really not pissed. I'll be like, why didn't you answer that? And he's like, because I don't talk like that. You know I don't. If you have dates you want me to be at, but if not, pick up the phone.
Yeah. No, I completely understand. I am not a big texter at all. But I just think that it is part of life now. People have to at least make an effort to communicate with people.
So what's the next salvo in this? When do you guys meet up again on paper?
So I sent him the kitty cat heart eyes. Because I said, hey, do you want to hang out again? And he's like, yeah, like next week I'll be over in your area a lot because I've got something going on. And I sent him a little kitty cat heart and it said like, waits patiently. And so now I'm going to do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Ball's in his court.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's where we're going. We'll get an update from Kelly and then we'll see what happens.
Do not text him and tell him to listen to this show.
I would not screw you over like that.
It's not Vic you need to worry about that. It's me and Eric. Make sure we don't
you guys don't know
me and Eric will do the calling.
You guys don't know who it is. So
No, we don't. And we wouldn't really.
But we know Elliot Davis, though.
But if he ever
call Elliot, we both know him.
But if this guy ever comes in here before we get out of here today, I promise you that all three of you, besides Kelly and I, would like him.
I'm sure.
Yeah. We would be really nice to him. We wouldn't really call him and say stuff.
I think that anybody who worked with us and like, if we did get together and they like saw it on Facebook or something, everybody would be like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like those two make sense. Like, so we'll see.
Why don't we set up a cancel this luncheon so that we can hang out with
All I know is
I want a lunch.
Is that
you guys are going to scare
Kelly's lighting and video work would really get an improvement if that was possible.
Shut up.
Wait a minute.
You're saying what are you much?
See, I get these light bulbs.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And we say thank you for watching. Cancel the show today.
Oh, you're going to stop right there.
Yes, that's
hold
exactly
on.
it.
Before we do that.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Here's the deal. We are going to do this. A New Year's Eve. I'm sorry, a New Year's luncheon with Cancel This. Kelly's obviously invited. And we say we want to bring your significant other out. You will invite him out.
Okay.
No pressure.
Yeah.
We're all sitting around a big table, maybe.
And then you're going to interrogate him.
No, we're not. We're just gonna get a feel, and I'm gonna take a look. Lizzie's gonna take a look. Vic will take a look, and we'll look at the chemistry.
Okay.
And then we'll come back after the new year and we'll go, That's a home run.
Do it. We would do it. We would.
That will be our scaled down dating game. How's that?
Yeah, well, let's do that first. I like that idea.
Even though Kelly has never talked politics on this show, she's given us a little hints, but she's never talked politics, and she won't. I can answer this question for you, Troy. No, 100%. He is not a woke liberal.
Well, that's exactly what Kelly wouldn't want, not even talking about politics, because what she wants is an alpha. And you can't be a woke liberal and be an alpha. You can be a quieter person, but an alpha doesn't have to be loud. They don't, not at all. Yeah.
That's obnoxious.
No. Yeah.
That's completely obnoxious.
But did you say alpha males can't be liberals?
No.
No.
Okay, my
I
bad.
don't think so. Hey,
No.
here's a good question.
Alpha males cannot be liberal.
Here's an
Yeah, they
opportunity.
can.
No, they can't.
No, they can't.
Yes,
No, they
they
can't.
can.
No, they
I know one.
Who?
No, don't listen.
And when the show ends, I'll tell you who it
Okay.
is.
But yeah, well, you know what there probably is? They're probably just whap, 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 but they're not strong gutted.
The woman would always win that battle.
Yeah,
Here's the
for
thing.
sure.
Do you want? Here's an opportunity.
Okay.
In T-minus 10 days, I guess you have the opportunity to kiss him at New Year's Eve somewhere.
Well, yes.
That is that. Have you planned that far in advance?
I mean, I'll probably be in my living room in my sweatpants on New Year's
Somewhere.
Eve.
She wants to kiss him everywhere.
Stop.
Wow.
And it's
Here's
5
some
foot or
mistletoe
less.
for you.
Listen to me. It is not that. Like, I don't want to make it sound like
I
I'm
want to
like
kiss you all.
over till the night closes in. No, it's not like that at all. I'm not obsessed. I'm not overly thinking about him. I just think that he's a good enough guy that he deserves his own lane of like, let's see if this works. And he's not a guy that I want to date while I'm talking like 4 other guys.
Okay, so
he's not that kind.
Where can we bring them for a New Year's Eve?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We're going to figure it out off air.
Okay.
Lane,
this
the show
poor guy.
name is going to be called Lane of Love.
This
The lane
poor
of
guy.
love.
I swear to God.
If he doesn't ghost you after this,
No, he'll be blessed. We're fine.
He will if he
We're fine.
listens to the show.
Right.
He'll be like, oh my God. He
He
thought I was
could.
crazy before.
Hey, I'm telling you right now.
I think that's endearing.
This show right now, I'm telling you right now, every time I say something controversial, I hear about it later from someone. I'm like, you weren't even listening to the show. Oh, yes, I was. This show has a weird ability to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, it does.
Well, and just like this is a foreign feeling to me. I'm not used to feeling, I don't feel vulnerable. I'm not used to feeling like not confident. Like this is all really weird for me to even like be giving a shit, kind of what somebody else thinks. So I just, let's move on. I mean, we've talked this into exhaustion.
Yes, we're done.
If I don't hear from him, then we will be doing the dating show.
This is going to happen.
We look
I think so, too.
forward.
Let's make it happen.
I just had a vision. This is going to work.
Do you guys want to make bets on whether or not?
Mine's
they're
100%.
going out. He's going to call back. They're going to go out.
Yeah, they're going to go
As
out.
long
And
as he
Eric
doesn't
and I,
listen to
Kelly,
this show.
thank you for being a part of this.
I love
yourself
Kelly
up
so much.
You know
You're
what?
the best.
It's like therapy for me, kind of, to come here.
I love it.
Good.
I love it.
It's like free therapy.
In your Bosa shirt, which is awesome as well.
I love her so much. You know what I like about
That's
you,
his
Kelly,
actual shirt.
is I really liked your social media and all that before I ever even knew you. But now that I know you, that stuff is really great. It is.
Yeah.
But you are just, I just love you so much.
Aw,
Despite
thank you.
that, you're just the best.
Do you
I
ever
love you
get
to
into
death.
wars with Gen Z? Like, does Gen Z ever
No.
get out and say, what, you little man?
I mean, sometimes in my comments, but I don't really react. I mean, like, I'm raising Gen Z and I'm raising some badass, amazing kids.
Yeah.
Like, I don't relate to a lot of the other parents that are raising Gen Z. Like, my girls don't wear Lululemon. They're not asking for $80 face cream for Christmas. Like, I'm raising dope ass kids. Yeah. And so also I'm a big empath. So even if a Gen Z is being like a jerk, I can kind of like see through it and figure out what's wrong with them. So no, I try not to. And the thing is, a lot of people think that because I make so much content about being this grumpy, angry Gen X, that I just walk around like that all the time, like pissed off all the time. And I don't. So when people,
you don't have RBF. Don't worry.
No, and you are an empath, and that's why you need to be with an alpha.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 100%. So,
well, guys, we say Merry Christmas. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Merry Christmas.
Love it, love it, love it. We're going to tape a little quick show. You guys can stick around if you want. If you don't, as I said, that's fine. That'll air on Tuesday for about 15 minutes. So for Pro Joe and all of our listeners and viewers, for Kelly Manno, for Eric Johnson, Lizzie Sparks, Vic Faust, thanks for making our Friday shows as awesome as they are. Dope kids. Love that.
Dope kids.
Merry Christmas. Have a great holiday.
Yeah.